What'd you say?
That's Sharp Unforgiven. I don't want to watch him.
You, the fact did you say?
I said that you almost went live with the wrong title.
Oh, did I? What? I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
wrong title?
Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you meant like the actual title, and I was like, but yeah, nah.
Yeah.
almost went live half a boyfriend instead of the other one. I was like, concern.
Oh my.
Okay.
That is
Also,
cute.
They talk about how like they're like master. They have like big brain energy.
There we
They
go. Alright,
try
in
to
theory,
find
we're
for
on
electricity and all that stuff.
Twitch.
I know you're on
Great
YouTube.
intelligence.
Man, I would love to have that.
In theory, we're live. Hello.
Double check Twitch.
In theory. Hello.
Volume is all good.
Groudon turned fly. It's just him laser beaming like God, you know, it's like blah.
Godzilla with wings.
Blah.
It's just Godzilla with wings.
Oh God.
Yeah, we have audio on Twitch.
How do we
Maybe
fly?
that's gonna be his final movie. Godzilla just gets wings at the end of the
No,
series.
Godzilla turns into Groudon, and then there's like Ash Ketchum, like he turns his hat around, and that's the end of the
it
movie.
actually happened.
See, here's the thing. Godzilla actually at one point did fly with his breaths of beams.
Oh my God.
So then that means that this Pokemon picture is more of a reference to Godzilla. It's not my
Now you see the last Godzilla movie. What happens is at the very end, there's this kid standing there as Godzilla grows wings, and he grabs his hat and he turns it around and he says, "I want to be the very best," and that's how the movie ends.
And then every human was the Pokemon, and he's like, "Gotta catch them all." Like what?
Exactly.
I mean, look, there's nothing compared to his flying, whatever this is.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
that's from Power Rangers, isn't it?
I thought Godzilla was a mom because all the babies and the eggs.
That's from Power Rangers?
Very
No,
serious.
this is not from Power Rangers. This is from Ultraman.
Oh.
But that would be awesome, though, if Godzilla crossed over with the Power Rangers. That'd be pretty cool.
Hello, chat. Welcome.
Anyway,
So, today we're doing a very special episode of this. Corn's not here at the moment because he had to do some stuff, so he's going to be just a little bit late. So we're going to be talking to Mr. Torque, Sophia, and Akia. Before that, Akia, is my audio actually working?
I literally told you like 3 minutes ago that we have audio on Twitch.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
I said that too.
my brain wasn't working, so I'm only half existing at the moment. So,
And also, you guys say that Godzilla would grow wings and stuff. He don't need to, because he's got a girlfriend, remember?
Mothra, oh no.
Yeah, Mothra could just carry him.
God. But yeah, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of Jumpchain. As you guys see from this title, this is not quite MHA. This is actually a in-between series that we're going to be doing between pretty much every single jump. However, before we get to that fine and dandy bits and pieces...
He appears.
Hey look,
Ron
there's
has
Ron.
appeared, everyone.
Yeah, Ron has appeared. We're going to be doing a short bit here with Mr. Torque in order to kind of go into his character just a little bit with Akia and Sophia before we go into the main festivities. So, last we left off with you, Mr. Torque, is that you said no to the big old weird hand in the portal that was of the villain's portal. And then you start walking away as Sophia and Akia decide to run towards you to try to find you with their own grievous injuries. Well, for Akia it's grievous. For Sophia, she just kind of got electrocuted at one point. She's mostly
Her hair's
fine.
all
it was
fuzzy.
like a stroke, and then I
Yeah.
just passed out for the whole fight.
You know how they have to they rub the pedals together, they have to shock the heart of the
Yeah,
patient?
and
But you weren't dying, so you just
Yeah.
took that.
It didn't revive me. I'm gonna tell you that. Oh,
It
yeah.
just knocked you out.
Your hair tells a very different story.
No, my hair isn't the silkiness. It's quite fuzzy. As two girls are running up to try and catch Torque before he leaves.
I mean, mine's pretty fuzzy too.
Yeah,
I got
as an
shocked by
afro.
2 different people.
Oh true. Both
Shocking.
girls with fuzzy hair are running up to try and catch you.
You could say it was a very shocking experience for the both of you.
One we don't
I
have.
almost fucking won too. I'm pissed about that.
Oh, that
We
does
have
not
another
taste good.
chance.
Alright.
But so I'm gonna shout at Torque and say, "Wait, where are you going?"
Still sort of limping as he kind of like stops and turns.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Where are you going? Where are you off to in such a hurry?
Thinking I just leave, you know?
But the heroes are still back at the stands.
Yeah, I've been thinking it over, and
I
I
think you
don't-
should come stand with us. Don't you want to?
Yeah, we actually have an extra seat in between us.
Yeah, we could always use someone like you. I mean, at first I thought you were totally weird and like you were doing something to Akia, totally manipulating her mind or something like that. And I give like that squinty look to Akia too. Like I'm still kind of
Hey, hey.
but you know, now I know that you're not a bad guy. At least not up front.
It's just bad
And
shit
you're
crazy.
our friend. Besides, if you come back to the stands, I can heal your leg and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I did cause most of that.
as
Or all
well
of
as
it.
holes in me.
I can fix the holes.
I don't know. I'm just thinking it over, and I don't know if I'm for this. You know, I'm not a hero, and I'm not a villain. I'm sort of not sure what I am.
If you're a survivor, then you're just like the rest of us. We're
Or
not exactly heroes. We're just kind of going world to world. I mean, just like him. Wait, do we know you?
yeah, I don't think we know that.
We
know
just
that.
kind of go world to world. Akia snaps her head towards you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well,
What she
well,
means by world to world is yeah, metaphorically. Metaphorically going from world to world. Meaning we just kind of bounce from place to place while trying to find where we actually belong.
Right, exactly.
he just raises an eyebrow as he's just like, so you jump to world.
Metaphorically.
In a metaphorical sense.
I'm doing jazz hands
Of
as I say that.
which you fit in kind of well.
Ding.
I mean, like,
Man, you two are just as crazy as I am.
I mean, that happens.
I mean, we are quite different, but I mean, you're crazy. I guess we're crazy too.
That's the problem. Would you really want a crazy guy to hang around? I mean, look at me. I almost tried to kill the both of you. I almost succeeded with you.
Who
so-
hasn't?
Yeah, true.
Peasant.
This
I
isn't the
almost-
first time we've been almost killed. Or at least for me, it's not.
Well, then you should understand, like,
Mm.
the people that did try to kill you, you wouldn't want to be friends with them or have them around. Why me? I carry explosives around. I nearly blew up a school.
Several times.
Yeah,
And,
that was pretty bad.
and I blew up a bank, but we don't know about that yet, so.
Goodness. Yeah, that's bad too.
Or at least I think I did. No, was that the orphanage?
But
Wait,
the
no,
thing-
I didn't blow up the bank. Someone stopped me. It was the orphanage I blew up.
Oh!
You just see him contemplating. Orphanage or bank? Bank was stopped. Orphanage. Orphanage exploded. Yeah, no.
I now remember that was the bank heist was where I lost all my clothes.
concern. Just
I
on
am
the
very
face.
concerned for you.
Uh,
Not the point. Basically, our point is most of that I don't think was under your own volition. You were told to do most of that by the villains, right? By the Villains Association?
Part
or
of that,
you just
yeah.
kind of went along with it.
Yeah. And most people would do, if they are captured by villains or have to be on the villain side, they do it to keep themselves alive. It's not really of your own volition. And I know that you are a good person because if you were truly a villain, when I was unconscious, you would have left me to die in the streets or would have killed me in the middle of those streets. But you didn't. You took me. Granted, it was the villain's hideout, but you took me somewhere where I could be safe and get healed in your mind, in your eyes. And a villain wouldn't have done that. A villain would have either killed me outright right there or left me to die in the streets. And a villain never would have offered to help me save a friend.
I mean, as much as I hate it that you kidnapped her, kind of, and took her to the villain's hideout. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. Nothing happened. Besides
Besides drama. But, you know,
I mean,
Just hear Wally strumming in the background.
you're not the worst pimp I've ever seen, you know? And I think that
You're not the worst.
you'd be good enough to be friends with us.
it's not even a matter of if you're good enough to be friends with it. It's a matter of if you want to be our friend. We want to be your friend because we see something in you worth being a friend about. But do you see something in us to be a friend with us?
Well, yeah. I see you two being great people, whether you're heroes or not. But that goes into my thoughts. Would it really be okay if I stuck around? I mean, like, what if I ruined something? What if I kill somebody because I just do things without really thinking sometimes?
Looks at Sophia.
I mean, we all have our moments, and that's why we kind of use each other as crutches to bounce off each other. If we think, hey, this is something that would be a good idea, or this is something we should do, we can bounce that idea off of each other and be like, oh, well, that's probably illegal. You probably shouldn't do that. Or if it's even just that, it's we all mess up sometimes.
Right.
And just because we mess up, that doesn't mean we don't deserve friends.
Right.
Nobody deserves true loneliness.
If you mess up, then like,
You have friends to fall back on to help you stand back up.
you're not friends with someone just because you know they'll never mess up and be perfect for you. You're friends because you want to grow together and have fun times together.
I mean, heck, look at this wimp right here as I push her off. But, I mean,
I'll stomp on you.
oh, I'd like to see you try.
Yeah.
Yeah, fight me. Oh, yeah? Well, I'll fight a bigger animal and turn into a bigger. Let me turn into my giraffe.
Blue whale.
Well, I could turn into a fucking sperm whale. That's pretty
Oh, what are
fucking
you
big.
gonna do? Moan at me?
I'm gonna fucking hit you with my tail.
You splash
Hee
back.
That's it's very nice.
Right, we're both respectable people. This has nothing to do with
Yes, we are bestest of friends.
So,
And we want you to be a part of that group.
yeah.
He sort of looks to himself and looks like to where he was going. Well, I guess it couldn't hurt to stick around.
Yay!
We did it! New friend unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
Mm.
Yeah, this
And
is very depressing when you
he-
think of something in the future. What?
Oh. He takes off his bomb straps.
Oh.
I used to be something with these things, whether it was good or not. Guess it doesn't matter anymore. I've already made a name for myself here.
I
Maybe
feel
in the
like I can hear the video you're watching. I know it.
Maybe in the next jump, things will be better. And he drops it.
Aww.
So he is
what?
a jumper. I didn't mess up. I say starting to walk away. He is. Everybody that we meet is crazy. They're jumpers. I told you.
What is
Alright, fair. Okay, I'll give you this one. You were right this one time, but we
Thank
didn't fucking know.
What's a jumper?
We start pulling him by the sleeve.
Yeah, we start just like what? I have one hand, she has a different hand, and we're dragging him back to the.
You see him drop his grenades, so you just grab his hands and start dragging him back. Oh, that's cute.
I knew he was a jumper.
Alright,
So,
but like, we didn't fucking know.
it's fair. So, as you guys are kind of dragging him back, a portal appears in front of you. I'm assuming you guys go through it?
Yeah.
Ready to start our new jump, guys?
Let's do this.
Are you ready?
Might as well.
Let's go. And I drag us all through the portal.
Ow, ow, ow.
Dunk, 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 dunk. And then we are
Okay,
back into the dark. Huh?
But here's the thing, though. Ron's forgotten that he's a jump.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So let me put in everything in here real quick. Jumpchain's right here. Hold on. She is, of course, the giant, large, ethereal being of insanity. I don't have a picture for Ko. Huh.
But I have my shotgun. I'm not leaving my shotgun.
Huh?
Shut.
What was that, Wally?
Continue your thing. Continue your thing. I'm getting things prepped in the background.
Okay. Corin, I don't have a picture for Ko, so I'm going to use Johan instead. If I can find Johan. There he is. Johan's gonna be
Just
right
gonna leave that
there.
in the background.
And I'm gonna put... Who else am I putting? Oh yeah, Ron's right there, going through ethereal portal into nothingness.
I could just assume that because he didn't exactly go through it, Jumps just like opens a portal and just drags him in.
Pretty much. Corin. It's Washi. Or not Washi.
Repeat
Wally.
that. You mean
Wally.
W?
Yeah, W.
Yeah, just put Wally.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'm
Double.
trying to watch
Jumps
the game now.
Then Megan's
Wow.
character, and Yuki's character, and Mr.
I'll drag
Torque's
Dollhouse.
character, and Dollhouse's character, and I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I could be wrong.
Quick thing. When
Mhm.
y'all walk in, Dollhouse's entire form just switches to a wooden doll.
Yeah, because that's his true form, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what he actually looks like.
Is that
And he
everyone?
just
Holy shit, we're in space.
Yeah, you
Well,
never really went to the space thing.
Oh, wait,
It is kind of weird
Okay.
because you guys are technically in space, but you're also standing on an actual physical plane that doesn't exist. So it's real weird. By the way, all you guys' memories kind of slap back
Shin
into
EM.
you. Okay. Kind of slappy dappy back into you. Thank you. As you guys also have all your powers in this world, by the by. But almost all of your memories, at least that your brains can fully comprehend, kind of slap back into your memory, allowing you to kind of process everything as it is currently. As you see Jumpchain standing there, smiling. It's a very odd smile, but it is indeed a genuine smile. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys also see this up here. It's really hard to make out anything about him.
Boss man.
Mr. White Chocolate.
Welcome,
Kind of look
welcome,
over his shoulders
welcome.
like, oh, well, howdy, folks.
What?
Ron, or sorry, Onyx. Robin?
What? Huh?
Wait, Robin? Who the fuck is Robin?
Huh?
That's the name that you went by inside of the zombie jump, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second. The only other person that knows my name, besides every evil person we met in every evil person we met in JoJo.
Mhm.
Fuck, that's a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
Pretty much no one in here besides him and technically Ron, honestly.
Although Ron just kind of like he didn't
Mhm.
so nobody that he recognized followed him
Mhm.
into My Hero. So he assumed that he was meeting a whole new cast of people. So he didn't realize that was Robin.
I'm gonna wave slightly and say, "You're not one of the people that was trying to kill us in JoJo, is it?"
Nope, I missed that jump.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could somebody
I'm
explain
the person who kept making I'm the one who kept making our Jeep fly.
Oh, oh hey! I don't remember your name. Sorry.
That's fine, I change it all the time.
JoJo's without me? How dare you?
Call me W.
W? Oh, nice to see you again.
Jumpchain kind of
Yeah,
spins
and
the
you.
the umbrella
Ron,
on
still the
Ryan.
ever-loving force of chaos that you always been.
I have no clue what's going on right now.
Did
poor-
you give him brain damage, Jump? Did you
Not
give him?
yet.
Sorry.
I
Did you
didn't
give
break
him
his
more
brain.
damage?
I didn't break his brain after the motorcycle on his head. That was fun. But I haven't done anything to him yet. That's entirely his fault this time.
No. The motorcycle accident was something that happened to me when I was younger.
Yeah.
That was an accident. No, it's
Yeah, exactly. You popped through a portal in space and the motorcycle dropped on your head because it was funny.
no. It was a car. The motorcycle flew into the air after I got launched. And no.
Sure. Yeah, that's how that's how it always works. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are back here once again. I do so dearly love our talks.
You mean
Love it like a bullet to the brain.
Several times,
Yeah,
actually, Mr. Ronald. You are my favorite plaything. Not really, you're just kind of weird, but it's fun when I get to mess with you. My favorite plaything is actually him. She points to the doll.
I don't remember none of this. I just remember home where I was and it
Preferential treatments.
Don't worry, Ron. You lose your memories all the time. It's honestly kind of weird. Happened to Buck. Happened to no, it didn't actually happen to me. Well, it's happened to other people at least once.
To be fair, the one you all know as Buck, the doll's head just kind of cracks around. If we didn't take away his memories, he would have killed everyone. Every jump. That'd have been boring.
That wasn't
Okay.
as fun.
Okay. Well,
But to be fair, there's at least one jump I could have stopped him with the power of bestest buddy.
Yeah, and then he took a thing to... As his head cracks to jump. So, what's up?
You are my kind
I
of
have no idea
favorite
who.
plaything.
I have no idea who you are. Doll face.
Ow.
I can't come up with anything. Dollhouse. Shit, I was half right.
Yeah, you were halfway.
Almost, you know.
She kind of taps Dollhouse's head. Yeah, he's fun, isn't he? Yeah, see, she like grabs
Smell
his arm and
old.
kind of lifts it up. See, he can wave. See,
His
He
body
smells
just goes
old.
to limp.
wave.
I do smell old because I am old. Thank you.
Wave.
I also can do this as he summons a minigun out of the void. Isn't it neat as he puts it away?
Wave.
Yes, actually.
Just randomly waving his arm.
Last lesson you're gonna teach us, Dollhouse?
I mean,
I'm not your teacher anymore. I don't have to care about you people unless she makes me.
I'm gonna just kind of raise my hand and be like, hey, yo, so, boss man, what am I doing here? This isn't my crew. Except you, Johan, fuck you. This ain't my crew.
But he's filling in for CO.
Well, Johan also stepped into the portal to speak with everybody at once at the end of last session.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Sup, CEO? It's been a while. You're still a douchebag.
Dollhouse.
Who the fuck
I Last I recall, I am not a hygienic device for vaginal insertion.
He means you're
Is
kind
that
of
going to be
rude.
slow, a douchebag?
Jumpchain kind of leans over. She leans over backwards. He means you're kind of rude.
I mean,
Yes,
he is all white.
my deadpan response was meant to be more humorous than ignorant.
Oh, okay.
Dollhouse kind of tickles. And I wonder how... Tell me, so, how you been? As he just, like, his hand is... she still probably has him by the hand, so his body's just slowly spinning. Because there's no actual joints.
I appear to have been called here in reference to the presence of my contractors. Half of them are here. I assume Diana and Tanya have no need for their presence at this time. For what reason have I brought both Johan and Mr. W? That was directed at you, Jump.
Oh, me? Well, you see, they had a little deal they were thinking of, I believe. She kind of pats, she like takes her hand off of Dollhouse's hand and just kind of rests them on Johan's head. You had something you were gonna say. What you gonna say, young man?
First, I would like to politely request that you not place your hand upon my head. I understand I cannot give you orders, thus I would simply like to say I would prefer it if you didn't.
Okie dokie.
So
Thank you very
Ron's
much.
trying to try to sneak away. 'Cause he's
As you
scared.
attempt to sneak away, you realize that as you go backwards, you're also going forwards, and backwards, and left, and right, and backwards, as you're going backwards.
So he's just like, what psycho world have I ended up in? What the hell is going on here? Is this someone's quirk?
Still and listen to the adults for once.
Oh.
I
Don't
don't know
worry,
what's going on
Ron.
here. I want to go home, okay?
Don't
I just
worry,
wanna
Ron.
go
This
home.
isn't your first time standing in this void, or your first time interacting with me after losing your memories.
My head hurts.
You have quite the storied history.
Oh.
That would be because you're kind of insane, good sir.
I don't even know.
Hmm?
I don't even know who you are, green-haired man. You don't look familiar to me.
He's a new toy. I've been playing around with him for a little while. He's kind of fun to play with, and he's like
Not
completely
again.
cuckoo. Don't worry, good sir. It's okay. It's okay. You can take a little nap. It's fine. It's fine, big boy. It's okay.
What the hell did you do to me this time?
It's just a couple of things, you know, playing around with your brain, making sure you can function, but also not, but also making you insane, and also fun.
Shouldn't
So
we
did you
focus?
did
Yeah.
you do to me with him?
Nah.
Johan.
That was your own fault. Mr. Johan, you were trying to say something, my good Jim.
Yeah. Yes, as I recall, there was a certain incident regarding my, well, I suppose you could say it wasn't my first jump, involving my home world. There was an incident at the end involving a dead man and another jumper who sought to bring about salvation for that man.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're
that-
quite familiar with He Who Passed, Robin.
Oh.
You'll look over at Sophia like, you got something to tell me?
Oh, you're talking about who?
That there was a young man, one that I wasn't not close to. I took him under my wing. And Robin took him under a, what was it? Several metric tons of lava.
No,
You what?
the dynamite.
Don't worry, miss. He passed very quickly.
Oh.
I mean, I know we all fuck up, but damn!
Oh,
Thankfully,
it
you can't
was
really
nearly intentional,
feel metric
including the
tons of lava.
grenades.
I was a different person kind of at the time.
Thankfully, you can't feel your entire existence exploding under a metric ton of lava unless you're a god like me, so he didn't feel much. For, you know, after a couple of seconds.
Well, either way, regardless of whether or not the lava burned away his nerves before he could experience the sensation of burning alive, we have a more important things to talk about. For you see, more important than death is a debt I owe. You see, in the previous jump, one of my girls was saved by a young man. A young man who, as it turns out, possessed himself of ears and a tail. Such an interesting thing that I would later involve your good friend Tanya, Miss Foxy Lady. It was Yuki. Sorry, Akia, yes? Akia Izanami.
Yep, that is my name.
I
Don't
see.
wear it out.
Well, once I involved Tanya, I found that that person was a jumper. Were you aware of this?
I don't know who the fuck he's talking about because he's talking about me.
Washi.
I'm lost.
Washi.
Oh,
Washi was a jumper.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we did know that.
I see. Well, it seems as though he sought to clean up his act once he awoke as his jumper form. No wonder he was so avid to take down Jack, considering the fact that he was Jack's right hand for half a decade. Fitting how he went out then. Unfortunately, I have no intention of leaving him dead and allowing his jump to end there. I was briefed as to what your team did to that world that he returned to. The land infested by zombies and dragons,
Okay,
that
I'm back.
even their own god, Gaia itself, abandoned that world, leaving it to rot.
Right. I remember what the humans did to her. I remember the
Yes.
anger I felt, what they did, what they deserved.
And now Washi is sent back to that world to slowly starve to death as the world comes to an end around him, knowing that his goal of bringing that world salvation with his powers has been ultimately dashed in the pursuit of slaying one man. How unfortunate for him. I don't intend on letting him rest peacefully. I don't let my debts pass so easily. Do you feel the same?
Of course.
Yeah.
What would you be willing to do to save him from that fate?
Almost anything.
Almost.
I mean, there's a few things I wouldn't do. Like, I wouldn't kill my best friends.
Right.
Miss Robin, what would you do to save that boy who died killing Jack?
I mean, I can still jump there. I haven't been there yet.
I
One
Can you-
jumper cannot bring salvation to an entire world until they reach the level of this one. He gestures towards Dollhouse.
Is it-
Dollhouse waves.
Was that Robin?
Is it
Now,
possible
Sophia,
to-
you were saying?
Yeah. Is it possible to? Well, you haven't. You know, Akia says she hasn't been there yet, so it's possible that she maybe could take Gaia back and see if Gaia wants to restore the world again. I don't know what that would do.
Co clears his throat, question mark, as he says, unfortunately, according to the rules set forth by Jump, the companion system is locked to those who call themselves heroes, in order to prevent certain chaotic elements from spreading out too violently. Frankly, Miss Akia can go to that world. It would be an interesting decision, and she could, in fact, give her final farewells to her lost friend. But she could not take him from that world. She could not bring Gaia to that world.
Then how do we save him? There's
That's,
gotta be
I
other
believe-
jumpers who haven't jumped there yet. There's gotta
That,
be
I
some
believe,
more.
is where I come in. Co steps forward. A pact was made with another hero in order to save the one that Sophia slew. undoubtedly why Johann has brought that name up. Not merely to traumatize the girl that may regret her actions, but to define precedent. Johann seeks to barter a contract, absolve his debts by making a contract with me so that I may save this washi.
Washi,
The question
he was one of
merely
the kids
is-
in our. He was one of the kids in our class at
Mugen.
in the
Mhm.
yeah Mugen, right?
Yes.
Indeedy.
The boy died. The boy died killing a serial killer villain.
I didn't hear about that. I mean, I heard that he had died, but I didn't know that that's what had happened. I just
Yes.
remember going to save two kids, and then there's a weird blank.
There are many gaps in your memories, Onyx. But don't you worry. They will all be filled in time. Instead, I shall simply ask you, what would you do to save a boy, a young boy, who died, to bring salvation to those around him by putting down a serial killer?
Well, I say I would let him rest in peace.
And you heard what I said, did you not? That in his death he did not simply rest. He returned to a world filled with zombies and dragons and all sorts of things that would haunt your memories had you with possession of them. The things that haunt the stories that you grew up listening to.
Why would he? Why would you send him to such a world? What?
That's
He
his
came.
homeworld.
That's where he came from. It was the work of heroes. Heroes including your former self, your memories notwithstanding. You were one of the ones who doomed that world that he has been sent to.
Humans doomed it themselves.
The world
what are
would
you,
survive
if
if
not-
the god was still there. Probably.
What are you if not human?
Besides,
Can I just interject here? I don't feel human at all. I had gone 100-mile whatever, and I can barely remember everything I did this world. I don't
You are
feel
not
human.
right.
I don't know what you did, Jumpchain, but it really is messing with my head.
It's fine.
You're as
Either
human
way, I
as
don't-
any other jumper. Hmm?
I don't know what it could do, but I don't like the idea of W or whoever was left there. Washi. Washi
Mhm.
being left there.
W was right next to you.
Yeah. Well, like, what's happening with that? That's two different people, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what I can do. What are my options?
Enter into a contract with me. You jumpers who follow Jumpchain may choose to undergo a great trial, to be decided later, in order to bring salvation to the one who is lost. W, of course, may choose to decline independently of all of you. He already brought Washi salvation, raised his corpse from the brink of death, gave to him mechanized limbs that he may continue to move, and allowed him the chance to become a jumper in W's place. And he spent it saving lives. If W so seeks, he may pass entirely. As W just kind of shrugs and is like, bruh, this is the one thing I do. If they're in, I'm in.
Jumpchain kind of like leans down next to Alice. See why I like them so much? They're such a weird, lovely bunch
Oh,
of
that one's
coconuts.
funny. That one's funny. I like him. Save people. That's a joke, right?
I know, right?
I'll take
Not at all.
on.
I might be bad at it, but that doesn't mean I don't try.
Today's gonna be a good day. As Dollhouse just kind of goes limp. All right, I'm gonna rest a little bit. You people have fun. I'm gonna laugh myself to sleep.
What was that?
Rest
I
in
remember
pieces,
you.
Dollface.
I remember you. You were crazy.
What was that, Akio?
I said I'm going to take your contract.
I see. Ron, will you accept the terms of this contract?
I really don't like
It's just
contracted to
you
Johan
say
now.
that another version of me did this to him, right? How can I believe
Yes.
you with by making such a bold claim?
Jumpchain simply holds
Simple.
out her hand, and there is a sphere that
Theo
pops
stop.
up.
Yeah. Theo stops her and is like,
Hmm?
"Allow me." So he will snap his fingers, and an image will appear, almost as though on the largest screen you've ever seen, showing a quick slideshow of moments of Ron inside of the zombie world, including the moment where he fires an RPG and accidentally murders a man.
Shit, man,
Yeah, I
that's
forgot about
terrible.
that one.
Fuck!
Oh, that was a fun time. Yeah, y'all went crazy when he did that. He had nightmares about it for like weeks, man. Ah,
The images disappear.
What kind of a jumper are you?
Ron's just
Now.
kind of grasping at his head as the memories start to flood back, at least of that world.
mhm.
God, what have I done?
Damned poor man who sought only salvation. Will you grant him it, Ron?
Tears start streaming down his eyes. If it's possible, could I take his place?
No.
It's my fault
But you can
that he's
take-
in such a position.
Yes, you cannot take his place, but you can take him from that place. He will not be granted a return to his jumping. He will not become a jumper. He will not seek the end that you all seek at the end of your chains. But, well, it would be quite easy to orchestrate a return of the Apostle to the world you've just left, wouldn't it?
So you mean you would make the world of heroes his permanent home?
Jumpchain kind of smiles as she moves her umbrella forwards and leans down almost like a cane. He wanted to be a hero. He wanted to save those that he could. He wanted to redeem himself for the horrors that he has seen. So,
Yeah.
it'd be simply a good idea to give him that wish, don't you think?
I mean, I wanted to be. From what I can remember, I wanted to do the same. Be a hero, prove myself.
A man stands awaiting the chance to be saved. Will you take the call, Ron?
Starts walking over.
This is CO talking this entire time, by the way.
And then he walks up to CEO, just looking up at him.
Johan sounds different.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but I'm just like
Yeah.
all of it's kind of the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's looking up at CEO. I will take your deal. If it means that that my wrongs can be righted, I'm willing to face my punishment.
Ron, Akia, Sophia, W. Each of you have accepted. And Jump, is it safe to assume that the green-haired man is now one of your thralls?
Yes, I do still love him. I used to put him with the other team, but then he got really good, so I decided to kind of make him go a little bit crazy. How do you feel, good sir? Do you feel cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
I don't appreciate you splitting my head into two and being two different people in one body.
Oh, good! You remember that. Yeah, he's mine now.
I don't appreciate that either. Why the fuck would you do that to him?
Ron just kind of has like a I'm sorry, what, bitch?
He's kind of
what?
crazy at the moment, so don't worry about it too much. Don't worry.
I'm not crazy. You made me crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, you see, when you're you're kind of weird, so I thought you might appreciate it if you
Pardon,
got to
but-
meet yourself.
Pardon my interruption.
Yeah.
I have a question for this man, madness aside. If he is one of your thralls, then that makes him as much a partner to this contract as any other.
No, I wasn't a part of the team. I don't need to be in a team again, especially with those other guys.
That is perfectly fine. I offer this to each member of Jump's thralls, and as such, you are free to reject it. If you do not seek to provide your assistance to those around you, I will not require it.
Look, part of the reason why I'm doing it is to just get home, okay? I'll save whoever you want. Just don't split my head again.
If all you desire is to return home, then the answer is actually quite simple. You may end your jump even now. Just gonna snap his fingers, and a handgun will now be in Torque's hand.
So what's this? I just shoot you or something?
Now,
No.
you see, the
Make
rules in
jump
play
back.
are very simple. If you do not wish to jump, you simply have to end your life to return back to your original.
No, I don't want to shoot myself. And how do I know? How can I believe what you say anyway?
I mean,
We
they
are
thinking-
beyond we are beyond such simple things as no. He will say, giving a what appears to be a side glance at Jump. I am beyond lies. What I speak is the absolute truth.
It's hard to make this man laugh.
I'll say.
Place
he's
the
doing a
bullets
terrible
within
job.
your cranium. You will return to your home with all of the powers you have gathered to this day. The decision is yours. You may continue your jump independence of this game. You may end the game here. Or you may enjoy this side quest which I provide to you.
Don't worry. For future jumps, I probably won't split your head in two and make you talk to yourself in the future.
White eye, pouty face. You fucking liar.
I said probably. Depends how entertaining it is. If I do it too many times, then it won't be very funny. You'll get used to it.
I do not want to get used to this.
Oh,
Exactly. If you get used to it, it's no longer fun. So next jump, you won't be two people. Mostly.
Torque, just don't listen to them.
By the
Oh,
way,
I-
boss,
I called myself Torque in this jump. Oh my god.
you were a
Yes.
very interesting person. Aren't we on a schedule today, technically?
We are. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and she kind of like gestures vaguely to Dollhouse.
house.
You.
I don't know why you're waving at me. I'm not a part of this. We both know I'm not.
Yeah, but you have a body, so she points to Ko, whatever you are. But everything here, let's play, shall we, boys and girls? Mr. Torque, my good fellow, my good friend, my weird associate of insanity and madness. Would you like to continue jumping with your fine little female fellows who seem to have caught your fancy?
He just looks at the both of them. Wait,
She's
what?
Like in Sophia, who gives you eyes, and she's just looking at you like she's not gonna stop you if you want to go, but she'd be sad to see you leave.
I think it'd be fun to have us all go to the same jump and be together. We can
So-
learn more about each other. That we might be able to learn.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to continue on, especially with a new group of team members. And I'm feeling a bit confident with you two.
Oh,
Right.
good. So, just so you know, you probably won't be thrown into the other universe again. You're my toy now, not, whatever that friend is. So, we're going to play a little game, shall we, Mr. CO? Mr. Ko-kun? Did you have your deal set up?
Question.
Yeah.
Why do you look like a white chocolate person, CO? Like, I'm sorry, but you're looking pretty tasty.
Oh,
That is because I am a certified snack.
Oh, okay. Well, you see, white chocolate is my favorite chocolate. You wouldn't have any,
Oh.
right?
Look, I didn't know
No.
you swung that way.
I'm not gay if that's what you think.
Jumpchain
It
kind
is
of just
difficult.
snaps her fingers, and friggin' like a ton of white chocolate is now just buried on top of you. Have fun.
I
Mr.
would be most accurately described as a conceptual a conceptual entity closer to the concept of a god frequency than a physical existence.
So a chocolate omen,
I
got
don't-
it.
So what you're
So I
saying
do not
is you're
believe it would be
non-binary.
gay.
Mr. Cocoon, are you
I do
done
not
with
fit
your
in that way.
contract? Can I play my game?
The contract has been forged. I will allow you, Jump, to decide the details of the contract, for they are your enthrall.
Yay!
Johan, you will continue as a member of the contractors alongside the other three. Diana, Tanya, and he's going to pause to glance over at Ron, and the one who will be taking W's place.
Wait, what? Why are
Yeah.
you looking at me when you say that?
W's joining our team?
W's gonna shrug. Sounds like I'm getting traded back. Jump, for the love of God, don't make me go through all of my jumps again. I can only spend so many years in one Pokemon world.
You won't go through
That's
another
one of my
one.
favorite
Don't
though.
worry. That's not what I do. I'm gonna play a game with you folks. How do you guys like games? Do you guys like games? I really like games.
So wait.
As long as you aren't like that other guy you had me hang out with for a jump. That gambling man? Ugh.
It's kind of a prick.
It's one god soon. Yeah, that's one god I'd sooner not encounter again.
So wait,
Well-
if we're getting him back and you're still saying that I'm gonna be with this crew, who's the other person that's joining the other team then?
Oh, don't
Johan
worry.
waves his hand. Nothing that you need concern yourself about until such time that your memories are brought back to the forefront of your mind. When your soul is fully recovered from the fracturation, then we will have answers for you. Until
I'm
then,
sorry, I'm
rest
sorry.
and recover.
Wait. No, wait. Did you say fractured soul?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry.
What
Your
did-
soul's just in several pieces at the moment, but thankfully, I have a very special game for you that's going to make your entire existence hate itself. And maybe that's going to be like glue to put on those fractured bits of your soul, or it'll tear your
Johan.
soul into more pieces.
Albert.
Johan nods. That is an accurate description of life in general.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Johan and be like, is it who I think it is? And then glance back at Ron, but then like look at him.
I mean,
You
granted.
just
I
see him kinda
suppose-
just like,
I'm unsure if you met the young man.
I fought
Oh.
him.
Oh, yes. My apologies. The entirety of the incident. Well, there was a lot going on, wasn't there? I couldn't pay attention
Wait.
to every fight.
Wait. Is it that weird guy that stole my fucking armor?
Yes.
That was a nice
He
touch.
is one of my fellow contractors.
That was a nice
But what's
touch.
he got to do with me? Why did he have my armor?
Shh, it's okay,
How familiar
Mr.
are you
Ron.
familiar with a Are you familiar with what is called the persona?
You mean that, Mr.
Not the
Depressing
weird guy that you guys were friends with.
Different one.
That's
Oh.
the weird persona.
Are you familiar with the Jungian concepts of the mind, Ron?
I'm familiar with fractured minds in the sense of split personalities, yes.
Damn. Seems my parallel would not work here then. Well, Carl Jung would explain it in far greater depth than I, but I will simply satisfy myself to say that you are sure to encounter that armor thief in the future. CO, and more accurately, Jump here, is
Hi.
quite the fan of crossover episodes. So you may look forward to the opportunity where you may duke it out with the man who calls himself Axel.
It's such a peaceful time. But anyways, so how many of you folks know the name Buck?
Besties, buddy!
Yeah,
I don't know a Buck.
So especially for W at this point,
Hmm.
Ron's gonna look up and he's gonna be like, "Who's Buck?"
Oh, this should be interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to ask that as well. Who the hell's Buck?
He's a
A very
special.
dangerous individual.
He's a very special individual. He at one point decided it would be hilarious to try to fight me.
Didn't
He's my
didn't he
bestest
bite you
buddy,
clean in
a
two?
close friend.
What was that?
Yeah, I remember he bit you clean in two. I was in the box watching,
Yeah.
and then you slapped him, and both of you decided it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have a very special party involving him. Me and him make a deal, and I don't get to tell any of you what the deal was. Isn't that fantastic? But so
I do love a good surprise.
Suffice to say, Mr. Ronnie Boy, because your brain is fractured in many pieces, this may spark some memories for you. Or it may make you go into a horrible psychedelic acid trip that may make you go insane and possibly throw up on the floor and want to kill yourself. I don't know which.
Ha! Ha! Looks at me.
Yeah. Your one looks like a cakewalk compared to what I'm gonna do to his brain.
It's fine. You just say that you're gonna fucking just scramble up my brain like as if it's goddamn scrambled eggs,
She pulls out a bowl of scrambled eggs.
Or anything. It's just.
He walks next to you and whispers in your ear. Sorry, buddy, but you're fucked.
Pillow talk. All right, let's get to the business. Mr. Cocoon, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Being targeted here. What have I done? Other than
Oh,
delivering
good. Okay, Mr. Boys and Girls, so it's very, very simple. The rules are very simple and very straightforward. Wally, explain the rules.
You see Dollhouse clap his hands. I don't know why you're making me do this, but alright.
Because I
The rules are
can.
simple. Save the boy.
Okay.
You won't be given any details. Even if you ask any of the individuals in this horrid place, they will only answer in riddles. They will only answer in a single part of an entire riddle for
He's gonna
each section.
raise his hand.
Yes.
Are we being bound by that bank system, or is it free reign while we're in this world?
It's free reign, but do keep in mind that this place has consequences you've never experienced. I recommend you be careful.
Well, if I've got everything, then. Whew, okay.
Don't worry, you shouldn't have to kill anyone this time around. If you do, Right, yeah, so hopefully you don't kill anyone. That would be, very, dramatic. But, we're gonna shove you into the world and you get to have fun in there. Or be horribly traumatized. But mostly have fun. Don't worry. I
Why
will
not
have
both?
fun. She sits down in a chair, pulls out a bag of popcorn. Anything else you'd like to ask before I shove you into a horrible world of demonic insanity?
Torque raises his hand.
Yes.
Are you gonna split my mind again?
No, not this time.
Are you lying?
No.
Are you sure?
Cocoon, say my answer.
Should I be scared?
You should be afraid.
Your mind shall be
well.
perfectly intact for this world in order to make it so you function at 100% capacity. If you are anything less,
technically,
Buck
no.
would kill me.
This was a deal made, if I may. Sorry,
Yes.
mistress. As Dollhouse kind of bows to her, as his back kind of cracks back to normal. All right. Technically, only the people that are aware of the one known as Buck should go into this place. Ron, due to his mental snap, still technically has to go because this is more related towards him than anyone else. However, the ones that are unaware of the individual known as Buck can, if they so wish, skip out on this side content, so to speak.
If we're saving a boy, I'm going. No,
You're saving a freak.
it doesn't matter. It's saving a person.
Fair
I'm
enough.
so glad you
hero.
think that way. It makes it so much more fun.
I mean, you guys say that this might help me get my memories back, right? Because obviously I'm having blanks in my memory.
Ah, yes,
now.
horrible trauma does do that to a person sometimes.
Regardless, as Dollhouse claps his hand one more time and a portal opens up,
Mhm.
go through this portal, roughly, as I'm going to draw it up.
Mhm.
Green.
Just draw a green.
Go
circle.
through this portal, and you'll be sent to the place you're heading, so to speak. I recommend to
Sin, I
steal
don't
your
have control of my
resolve.
character.
Huh?
Sin, I don't have control over my
Oh,
character.
Let me, there you go. Feel free to walk in the portal.
My resolve is like
You
diamonds.
interrupted it You kind of interrupted Dollhouse talking about fucking we should be careful about. What?
Oh yeah.
My resolve
Oh,
is like
that's all I'm going to
diamond,
tell you.
incredibly
Please,
powerful,
I can't say
but also
anything
very
either.
hard to come by.
Yeah.
Very rare. Yeets!
In
That's
other
what
words,
I
just
wanted
be very careful of everything and anything. Oh, and one bit of advice: don't go crazy. That makes this less fun. Mostly.
All right, I'm gonna grab Park's
Yeah.
arm, run over
At
to.
the statements of "Don't go crazy," all you can really hear from the portal is the sound of W going.
And it cuts out just like
Yeah, I grab Sophia and I start running to the portal while dragging both of them behind me.
Wait, ah!
Alright, as you guys go through a portal, you just hear Jumpchain laughing in the background. It's unpleasant to listen to, but you guys get dropped in. For some of you, possibly a very familiar place.
Now, all of you, real quick, roll me an endurance.
Okay.
Oh dear lord, what is happening?
That's funny.
Ooh,
No,
good.
hang on,
Wow.
where's my endurance?
Ooh. Ooh. Aw.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah.
Okay, so two of you, the moment you all jump in, you see this boy and a lot of weirdness. No, a few of you should recognize this as Pokemon!
Yeah. With massive holes in the
However-
world.
From the Pokemon.
Yeah, you do notice
I
that
spent
the
20
world
years
itself
here.
is certain.
Oh my god.
So you all see this boy walking and doing actions, and then a glitch almost in physical form, and then the action repeating, and holes in the
Oh.
world. You see some of these
Oh.
people entering these voids. Ron and Sophia, you both feel like you're suffocating.
Gonna extend my arms out wide and bellow to the skies. Besties to buddy.
Why do you keep doing that voice?
I think that is because he says it. Puck wants to kill him.
By the way, if people do not have Groovy on, I recommend having Groovy on, including
Oh, I
Sin,
have-
because
I
you
have
can
it
have
on.
Groovy on.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
I have
yeah.
the groovy.
It's nice.
It's not the loudest
hear
thing in
the
the world, but
groove.
Yep.
it's
So
there.
So yeah, you guys feel kind of like you're suffocating at the moment, to a odd degree.
Hang on, I need to tell this to Walrus. Walrus, I know where. I think I understand where this is coming from.
Oh, you should figure it out at some point. Whether your
No,
character can or not is up to
I
him.
no, like the scenario you're going for here. It reminds me very much of that one time when Sora got his everything split apart and he had to piece himself back together.
Yeah, except no. Continuing
Sure,
because
sure,
you guys are on a time limit in this world.
Mhm.
As the Bucks are just continuously doing a task, a single Buck is standing right here, and the words utter from his mouth. Though it is odd, given anyone who's aware of Buck as a character.
Mhm.
Throughout the world, I was one. And that's all it says.
Over and over again.
Yep.
It is very strange as you guys are looking around, as they are not quite shown, but literally hundreds of these bucks that are just doing weird actions. You guys should, in theory. Oh, because these are new
I do now.
tokens. Yeah.
Yeah.
hold on.
Gonna scratch the back of my head and be like, huh. So, do we want to wrestle all these folks into one thing? What happens if we shove them into each other? Do you think they'll combine into one? Because it sounds like we need to bring them all together.
I mean, there's something about this that is oddly familiar to me, but I can't quite put my finger on it though. But God, I feel like feels like something's closing up my chest.
Okay.
Well,
If I
I'm
was
gonna
still
give it a shot.
free-
Because
Yeah.
I'm not here to be smart. I'm going to use the on the wings of prayer in order to grab one and then teleport it into another.
So you teleport them together, and they kind of just glitch out, and they just set back to whence they were.
What are you saying, Sophia?
Oh, can I portal something underneath one to move it to a different place, or does it snap back?
It snaps back.
Yep.
Any actions you do against these bucks seem to snap back, as each buck is going in a different location, there seems to be a large horde of them right here for some reason. All of them looking roughly the same direction.
I'm gonna follow their line of sight.
And their line of sight
Okay,
doesn't
I
seem
need
to
to-
lead anywhere.
Alright, I need to turn down Groovy Buck because I have it a little bit too loud. I can't hear nobody.
You're good.
Yeah.
So, Wally, what did that one buck say again?
Throughout the world, I was one.
Let me.
Throughout
What's
the
this one
world,
say?
I was.
What's this one say then?
He says the same thing. You tap on his. I assume you like tap on his shoulder and ask him, or see what he says.
Mhm.
He says the same thing the other one did.
Okay, and these ones?
Same thing.
This guy.
I'm
Yep,
gonna
same.
Can
try
I portal all the way over here and ask him?
So you keep asking him, Sophia. Roll me a sense.
Ron's just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
start
trying to
asking
move
it
through
now.
them. Oof.
What are you saying, Mr. Torque?
I'm gonna try and push a buck into another buck.
Okay.
Oh, we
They
already
seem to
tried that.
glitch for a second before reappearing in the previous places they were standing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna start asking
Also,
all the
this is going a bit too fast. I'm kind of getting confused on everything that's going on.
So,
So
You're
essentially,
supposed to.
roughly-
We're all confused.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is kind of
Confusion
the
is
point.
very
Is
important here.
confusion.
but
Yeah.
so basically,
So
what's
roughly-
going on is one of the bucks, well, actually, all of the bucks are saying the exact same line. Throughout the world, I was one. The only information that you've been given by the gods so far is very simply you're here to save someone, somehow. You technically have a time limit of some sort, although you don't know exactly what it is. You also don't know why you're trying to save him, or what all these bucks are doing. All the bucks seem to be saying the same words and
Mimicking
doing the exact same actions as well, and when you combine them, they glitch and then go back to how they were previously.
So,
Okay.
would I have to roll something for like things to just trigger in Ron's memory because he has been here before? Just seeing this
roll me
place
sense.
would probably trigger something. Sense.
Yes.
Uh,
Ooh, Wally.
A single buck, roughly right here, Ron, as you look around, because I want to
Yeah.
have fun.
Yep.
You see him falling constantly, and like something is crushing him, and that triggers the memory of your bike falling on your head, I assume.
Ah,
That
yeah.
hurt.
He's just like, his memory is just like a brief flash, and he just sees himself falling, looking up, and then a bike smacking him in the head.
Yeah. By the way, Ron, have you looked at yourself?
Yeah, I have no. Yeah, he has. He has kind of, well, not right now, but now that he's like, he's remembering that, he kind of notices when he's grabbing at his head, his hands. He's like, "What the? Guys, there's something weird about me.
What's up?
Oh, I don't think the. How do I? What? Do I look normal to you?
That depends on what normal means to you.
Well, for one thing, I seem to be rather shorter than you. When before I used to be about roughly the same height as you. I also didn't have this thing on my arm.
You're a little kid. I'm gonna.
Maybe
she's-
you're posing. Maybe you're posing as your last jump character.
Maybe? Could it be?
I mean, granted, I don't know what you looked like back then, but possibly.
Well, I know for. Well, what color is my hair?
Red.
Red.
Okay, that's clearly not right. I have dark brown hair, almost black.
So safe to assume that you're your Pokemon self, right?
So wait, this is this Pokemon thing y'all been talking about?
I mean, the whole layout and the Pokemon thing over there kind of speaks for itself.
So,
Hey, Sophia,
Mm,
this buck seems to be going a different way than all the others. Should we follow it?
which one?
The singular one that keeps glitching back, but it's going out of town. Should we follow it out of town?
Oh, that's what it's doing?
Yeah,
Let's see.
because it's the only one that's going that way. Everybody else is going a different way.
looking.
Are you
I
gonna
don't-
call the others?
I mean, I'm gonna shout at them that we're gonna go out of town and follow this other buck.
Oh wait, yeah, then this is yeah, because this is the mart. Yeah, so the Pokemart. Wait.
Let them
So-
reminisce and let's.
I'm gonna yell as loud as I can. Come on, guys, we're leaving town.
No, I'm just gonna portal underneath their feet so they show up right next to
Oh,
us.
okay,
Come on, we're
that
leaving.
makes sense.
Falls on top of them.
Joke on you, I can fly,
Thunk.
but I'm gonna let myself fall.
Oh
So,
god, by the way, that would feel
Ron-
very disorienting.
You all very clearly notice after they point out that there's just this singular buck in the horde looking in the opposite direction and constantly traveling out of town and glitching because he's walking into a void. Y'all walk into that void.
I walk into the void confidently.
I'll watch them jump into the void.
How can you be sure there's anything out there in that void?
You never know until you try.
Oh god.
And I jump into the void.
Or we can actually. Oh, she's gone.
I mean, without anything else to do, Ron's gonna jump with her.
Fucking concern on Zero's face.
Torque is like, take. Looks at Sophia.
Do we have anywhere else to go?
He looks
Just
at
wait.
Sophia.
Let's wait. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna just do this. He's gonna take his hand and just dip it in the portal.
Well, it goes into somewhere else. You can feel a breeze on the other side.
Do I
Can I
see a
ask
hand?
this? Can I ask?
You do.
I'm gonna ask this.
I'm gonna yank the hand.
Yeah.
What was that, Sophia?
I'm gonna ask this, but the one that's on the going towards the void, say,
That'd be this guy.
do you know where this void goes to?
It answers differently, but pieces of me began to sing.
La da 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 da. And I'm gonna look
And
around to see if
that's-
anything starts singing with me.
So you guys traveled through, right?
Nothing is
Yeah.
singing with you, Corn.
No.
Darn.
As you guys end up in this weird place, as
Alright.
Zubat fly above head with Magikarp in their feet.
Okay, except I'm gonna throw a rock at the Zubat.
No. Torque looks at it and he's like,
Please shoot it, Torque. You shot me when I was a bat. Please shoot it.
I have a sudden urge to fucking shooting him.
Roll me Dex.
Okay, I don't even need to roll a sense for this. This is something that is ingrained into Ron's
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
You just see combination of blue and red, instantly, just tidal wave. He remembers.
As you get a tidal wave of the memories, you just hear Mr. Torque pulling out Doom's shotgun and start just unloading on the shield above
Yeah.
you.
You do notice that
I
every
don't catch the magic
You
card
can
or
eat
I
that.
put a ball. I want to eat that later.
Ron's
God.
just like on him, just grabbing at the gun. Trust me, you do not want to do that.
Trust me, I really
Already-
want to.
I already threw a
No.
rock at it.
You don't.
Yeah. By the way, everything you guys are doing to any instance that doesn't seem to be proper
Mhm.
seems to be glitching back. Though the Zubat and the Magikarp, every time you guys are attacking them, they do take the damage, but then they just glitch back and repeat the action that they were doing. This place is very messed up.
Lines? Can I try and follow right underneath? Or can I turn into a bat and fly up where it's at and try and get a survey of the area and
Oh,
see where it's
no.
going?
I was gonna
Oh, yeah.
portal
No.
myself up in the air too.
Yeah.
Ron's gonna start walking around, trying to see if anything triggers any memory.
I mean,
Orc is
Ron,
gonna-
you see a buck just on the ground.
He looks quite
Torque is gonna-
injured.
Gonna run over and kind of kneel to him. He's like, "Hey, buddy, you okay?"
Oh,
Roll
Akio
me a sense.
dive bomb over there and
God.
turn back into
You do not notice the blood underneath his body.
I'm gonna walk over like, no. You see, proper, what you're supposed to do is, I'm gonna cup my hands to my face and be like, hey, are you okay?
Can I start healing him with water?
He's not
Kane,
okay,
your-
guys.
Yeah, Kane, your character notices there's a big open wound on his head, and you can see his brain.
You can
Alright,
attempt to
so
start
guys-
healing him with the water.
Here's the thing.
Him with the
If
water.
my knowledge of bestest buddy is anything to go by, your magic water isn't going to help unless you also mix it together with this. And I'm going to hand her the aloe vera.
Oh, God.
Oh, hang on. That would be another trigger for Ron, because how many times does he use the aloe vera?
Mr. Torque is in the background with Akia, with Sophia, just like, huh? What?
Can I incorporate the aloe vera, I guess, into the water and continue to heal him?
No, wait. No, you don't know. Ron takes the aloe vera as something just kind of makes it's like an instinct, a pulse. He just takes the aloe vera, scoops some into his hand, and starts applying it to his foot.
What are you doing? His foot's not hurt.
Ron, this does nothing. You see the buck's face grimace as Ron, everyone roll me another endurance.
Oh my god!
Ah!
Oh, this reminds me of the old times.
Ooh. Yeah, and this is not going to be a good one for anyone because this was all of you have that immediate sense of suffocating.
I'm so sorry, folks.
Whatever you did, it was stupid.
Oh,
As
this
Ron,
is
your character
too-
drops the aloe vera on the ground as the buck's wounds aren't healing.
Oh.
Someone actually heal him, please.
I'm trying. I'm using my healing ability.
So,
Hold on.
fortunately for me, my ability self-mutilation allows me to more or less ignore negative effects such as suffocation or pain.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna kind of lean forward, like, I see. Let me just since I haven't gone through and finished up, I have access to that guy's abilities for now.
Yeah.
So let me just zip. I'm gonna zip his head closed.
As you zip it closed and Akia is healing, it finally heals as the buck sits up, dazed, and says the same words the other buck said, except he adds to it. But pieces of me began to sing as a sea of red everlasting.
Sea of red everlasting.
Don't worry, it's probably not blood. It's just gonna be Magikarps.
As the buck
Poor Mr. Torque. Poor Sophia.
As the buck sits up and just kind of looks at you all for a moment, as he begins to walk off towards.
Hey, I'm following Pestis, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
following him now. It's just like, hang on a minute, where's he
Yeah.
going?
You see him kind of walk towards the void, as
Mhm.
Kane, your character's right on top of him. As he just, you see him not step into the void, but step into Bestis Buddy's shadow in front of it,
Hmm.
as he disappears.
Mr. Torque and
He fell into
Sophia,
my
while
shadow.
staring at them attempting to do what you would count as emergency surgery with haphazard tools and hyper supernatural abilities, how do you two feel about watching this insanity?
Normal.
That's
I
fair,
will say,
you have
once
watched
I see
Akia do
that
quite
he-
a lot.
Once I see that he disappears into my shadow, I'll do what any regular person would do, and I'm going to fall onto my back into my own shadow. Hopefully I don't hurt my back by landing in the grass.
You don't hurt your back by landing in the grass, but it doesn't feel great just by falling back. You do notice that he did do that in front of this thing instead of stepping into it proper. He went through the shadow that you have. If you remember Buck, he had a bad habit of stepping into people's shadows.
I'm gonna yeetily deep myself into the portal.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeetily deep?
No, these aren't really portals. They're just spaces, black voids in the middle of areas, just giant orbs taking up an area that doesn't technically exist.
Oh,
Oh,
in that
Yeah,
case,
it
it's
happens
into
kind
the
of,
void. Once you stare at the void, it always stares back.
Yeah.
Oh.
And besides, they may do that, but it's like, in a sense, a black hole where instead of crushing us impermanently, it just pops us out to another area.
A
Yeah.
It's a
wormhole.
wormhole.
That's the idea, it seems.
alright, let's go.
I
Hopefully.
forgot about this.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Mr. Torque, I assume you just yeet after Sophia, after Akia?
He just goes in. It's just like, well, can't be any worse than he.
Oh, you should not have said that.
No, I am not ready for this next map.
I'm so sorry. So I assume you all go through the portal with absolute. Do you guys dive through the portal? Do you walk through the portal? How do you go through this portal?
Well,
I'm gonna get down on my belly and go through it like a snake. Because the reason I'm going to go through it like a snake is because I need to think like Buck. And Buck has reptilia.
I'm
just
so
jumping into
sorry.
it. I just jumped headlong.
I'm so sorry.
So how many Magikarp
Sophia.
are there?
Hang on. As Ron's watching everyone go through, he's
Mhm.
thinking about like the riddles so far. It's specifically a sea of red everlasting. And
Yeah, I thought
after
it was.
recent memory of the tidal wave of Magikarp next to the ocean, he's gonna hold his breath as he walks in. He's just got a feeling.
Okay. Sophia, how do you walk in?
I'm just walking.
Alright, that's probably the best bet. Wally, if you'd like to.
So
Show
you
us.
guys go through the void, and you see,
Oh, sweet lord.
you guys.
Told you
so
guys.
Kane, you poor unfortunate soul. You went and slithered in. Well, you went headfirst into Magikarp goop and Magikarp and the slapping noises of Magikarp. But Sin, and so
So-
for anyone that and Akia, you jumped headlong.
I jumped in headlong. I like fucking dived into that
no.
shit.
So you dived into the same thing as you guys are now covered in white goop.
So let
No,
me
I
explain
didn't.
this to a safe for work but horrifying degree. You guys jump slash slither slash walk slash hold your breath, which is probably the best
It's
thing you could have
Magikarp
done.
mating season. It's Magikarp mating season. Don't go into any more
Yeah.
depth than that.
It is a literal sea of Magikarp. But the worst thing that you guys can possibly tell is not only is it slimy, slippery, and sticky and hard to walk through this. By the way, it's about 3 feet of Magikarp upwards. It's a literal sea of Magikarp you guys are wading through, or in Corn's case,
Yeah.
slithering through. But the worst thing, the absolute worst thing, feel free to roll me another endurance so I can tell you how horrifying this is for all of your guys' souls. Oh, Ron.
Man, I am getting.
Oh, Akia.
I mean, I do have the psychic ability, so it makes sense.
Alright, so Zero and Kane, you guys are, well, not okay, but the fact that you guys can hear this in your minds isn't bothering you as much. Ron, Aki, and Sophia, you guys are getting to hear with almost immaculate detail in your brains. It's basically like listening to someone start whispering in your ear seductively at about 5,000 people yelling at the same time. Of the most obscene mating sounds you've ever heard in your life, including a masochist screaming, "Hurt me more," in every single variation you possibly can get.
I want to burn lava. I want to put lava over everything. That's what I want.
Oh my god.
Not a good idea.
I'm portaling out of this shit. I'm flying up there. I can touch.
As you portal upwards, you do portal, but many Magikarp fall through with you. So you're just Magikarp keeps slapping you as you portal upwards and just keep moving.
Oh, now I'm almost about to fucking pour lava. I'm like, oh
It is you're horribly disgusted
way,
at everyone.
all these noises, all of these noises, by the way, are multiplied by hundreds upon thousands, and
Yeah.
you can't get away from the sound. It seems.
So
There are
Tark is
so
just looking
many
at all
Magikarp.
this, and he kind of just asks. He kind of asks everyone, "Was Buck into this? Because if so, he's really messed up. Like, fucking hell."
No. Oh.
Akio is like curled into a ball while holding his head because it's becoming painful.
Oh
for her.
god, you're
What,
curled
did
up
he
into
have,
a
like,
ball. Well, you could just
did he
kind of
have, like, a
see the
fish
top of her
fetish?
ears while she's curled up, while Sea of Magikarp but just slapping her sideways on top of all of them is...
Do
the
any of you
sounds.
actually attempt to get to the top of the
Oh, Ron
hole?
is trying his damnedest.
Yeah,
to
Sophia
climb the
teleported
fucking
onto a
ladder. He
fence.
just wanna hear.
Ron's desperately trying to swim. By the way, if you guys notice,
So,
it is lagging slightly from the amount of Magikarp on you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Roll me a strength. Everyone who's
Oh,
trying to
I
get
am
up
falling.
and swim through. Roll me a. Oh,
Damn it.
Sophia's
That's
just
not a
standing on a fence. Mr. Torque, you have gone through many thick viscous fluids in your life, but this is a thick viscous viscous
one takes the
fluid
cake,
that has
pretty much.
people attacking you at the same time. Kane, on the other hand, is very, very, very used to things attacking him while trying to swim, so he's getting through it fairly easily.
Yeah. So, Kane, you get to the top of the horde. Ron and Torque, you're getting pushed about randomly by the mass, and Akia, roll me a strength.
Akio is crying on the floor. Well, what you might occur as a floor.
You are able to get through it somewhat, but you are getting pushed side to side, but you are getting higher into the horde as slowly progressing. Kane, you notice a singular bug on top of the Pokemon Center in a ball holding his head.
Yeah, kind of like exactly what Akia's doing right now.
This girl does.
Because it fucking hurts my brain.
Can I
Yeah.
portal? I want
So we all have our abilities here. So
Yes.
Ron unable to climb out because of the Magikarp's. It just
Horde.
he's gonna summon his stand, and it's just going to start attacking all of the Magikarps to try to just knock them away, get them out of his.
Oh
He doesn't
god,
wanna
roll me
be
endurance.
It
Roll-
just
roll me
reminding
endurance.
Him of that brought back really bad memories.
Roll me endurance, Ron. Oh, good. You are so in a state of insanity that as you're punching them, you don't quite notice the fervent increasing of pleasure that is being dealt to this mass of insanity. Akia, you're currently going insane. Roll me endurance as well.
Once I see that there's a buck on a thing, I have my teleportation ability, so I'm done swimming.
yeah.
So, you guys all get to kind of hear this, but Akia is really the one who gets to hear this in the most detail because she's currently trying not to kill herself, as she's just listening to Ron start beating them to a pulp, and she's just getting to hear them.
To be fair, the sound of the wet slapping bodies is probably louder than the sound of him slapping against the wet bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the sound
By
of
the
him
way,
slapping the wet bodies that's unpleasant, it's the moans that they're producing that's unpleasant.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
by the way, Sin, all of them are hearing this since Buck's ability of psychic Pokemon speech is amplified to every current
It's
person
unpleasant.
in the world itself. Yeah,
Very
you all are hearing this in
unpleasant.
immaculate detail. And this Buck is just sitting here at the top of this Pokemon Center, holding his head and ears and trying to like you see his eyes clenched closed, and he's just like crushing his own head with his hands, trying to drown out the sound.
I see that as an invitation to put lava on some of the fucking fish.
Oh
And
my
those fish
God.
that are hungry, I will fucking do it. So
Do
I'm
you
gonna start-
have lava in
You're
your... Do you have lava in your
I
portal?
do. Wait, in this world, I wasn't really here. So
Uh-huh.
is there a volcano here? Or...
Yeah, there are
Lava
volcanoes
there.
in
Yeah,
this
there
world.
is a
There-
volcano here. From there, you might be able to see it because it's like a central part of the island.
So I have the ability Guardian Angel, which has the ability to stop pain.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna apply that to this dude, which I assume is going to temporarily deafen
Aw.
him because it protects him from pain, and there's only one source of all that right now.
I mean, you put Guardian Angel on he doesn't wince anymore, but the sounds aren't stopping.
That's fine as long as he stops hearing the sounds.
He's still hearing the sounds. It's a thing of you need to find a way to properly stop the sound, whether that's taking over his brain completely or taking him away from the area or just killing all the Magikarp. Up to you. Regardless, Guardian Angel is stopping the pain of the noise, but it's not stopping the noise itself.
Oh,
Speaking
I just
of...
realized something that
Hold on, my thing has to load from the vicious amounts of Magikarp. Speaking of, Ron's punching is starting to increase the noise. Akia, you're pretty much crying at the moment, which is not helping the feeling of the viscous liquid rubbing against you.
So, it's probably going to be the wrong thing to do here, but I have two actions I'm going to take in this order. The first thing is I'm going to throw my grimoire out there, and it's going to be hungry.
Oh.
And secondly, I have my ability to teleport to places I've been. I'm going to try, emphasis on try, teleporting Buck to one of the previous rooms that didn't have the Magikarps, taking him away from the source of the stress.
Alright. So you throw the grimoire, and you all are very eagerly hearing the crunching of the grimoire even throughout the horde, and the sounds, so to speak, of the ones being eaten because they are a lot louder than the rest, as their screams are of pleasure and pain.
Yeah,
As you grab onto the buck and you take him out of the area,
Mhm.
this buck doesn't stop holding his head, and the sounds are still hearable, but you see the buck take his hands away from his ears and just hold onto his knees. He seems to be calming down, but looks like it's gonna be, you may need to go back and finish the job, so to speak.
So Akia's gonna do this thing real quick because she's in so much pain and doesn't want it to be here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send it to Houston so you can do the thing.
Hmm?
But she's gonna
Okay.
use that basically.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
She is done with the magic carp.
So you see her start to get kind of crazy as her existence starts to change and modify. Within a couple of minutes, she starts to grow to about 200 something feet tall, which is easily pushing most of the Magikarp away. This is a literal sea, by the way, so there are multiple hundreds of feet of
It's
Magikarp.
worth noting, chances are, the grimoire is going to grow to take on the form of a grim Beowulf, about equal in size.
So there's now
I-
two horrifying monsters.
So,
If you know about the nine-tailed fox from Naruto, that's basically what she looks like as she's turning into this giant monster, and it's gonna start eating the Magikarp.
yeah, so you, oh, that's gross.
What? No. Oh God, you don't want to do that. No.
Ron did
They
that
are in
once.
they are in the sea of white, so you're eating both Magikarp and the white.
As long as it stops the sound, she doesn't fucking care at the moment.
Oh
Kane,
god.
Another area with this buck, you see him kind of calm down as the grimoire and she eats stuff, and he begins to disappear. As he says the next piece, as they fight through Age's End.
God. By the way, after most of them, let's see, how many Magikarp can I get rid of? Hold on.
How many do you have?
Remember, half of them are the map itself because
Yeah, I
they
know. So let me put all you guys in the GM layer real quick,
That would at least be good. So yeah.
and then just let me go this, and then Control A, and then delete.
I mean, it's easy to tell that some of them are actually the map. So
I don't know if that worked.
are you on the map layer?
Well, oh, why would you put them on the map layer? Fine, I'll put
Some
the
of them-
map on the GM layer. Hold on.
There's so many.
There we go.
Oh god, there it goes. It's gone.
Put everything. Put this to the map
It's
layer.
it's 200-foot beast. So there's a fucking 200-foot fucking wolf. There's
Yeah.
So
So-
most of them are dead now.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
so
the fuck?
most of
there's-
them are gone, and Kane, the buck, completely disappears, and he was staring at you the entire time he was disappearing, as he said that final bit, as a portal drops you all into the next area.
Before
Unlike
you do
before,
go,
the world.
Before
Yes.
you do go, one of the things that Ron gets to see specifically is one of his absolute favorite things in this entire world. The thing that brought him the most love that he's ever experienced.
I hate you. I hate you. God damn it. No, okay.
Yeah.
That is a big trigger for Ron. Would we say that would trigger everything for the Pokemon jump, or at least a good chunk of it?
Yeah.
Good chunk.
On its forehead, by the way, is the fossil you stole.
Oh yeah, he definitely remembers that now. He remembers the journey to that, and that's the trigger for what caused the tidal wave of Magikarp. And then he's just like, oh god, it was all my fault. It was all my fault.
Can I eat it? Because it's a Magikarp that's still there.
I mean, there are plenty of Magikarp still around.
There's a
You-
lot of Magikarp, but
That gets close to my mouth.
yeah, it's a smart one. It's a wily one. But as the Magikarp starts to die down, Ron gets to see his friend once more. You guys get vambooshed to another world. Mr. Torque, how are you feeling so far? You are now horribly covered in goop. Disgusting, horrible goop. Ron is now complaining about him having started all this.
I did all. Oh God, I did all this.
And
This is all my fault.
Your
It's all
entire
my fault.
existence is just kind of moving in and out between places, between worlds, between areas, and it's very disorienting for you.
As you guys are dropped in the next zone, Magikarp, dead Magikarp to be specific, are just everywhere. As you see Magikarp randomly falling from the sky, dead or knocked KO'd, as you guys are now just sitting at the top of a hill, as you just see in the distance a single, very, very, very large Magikarp. And you just hear the screams of Buck in your minds.
You guys are back down to normal size, by the by. It is very disorienting.
Okay, so can we just get a brief thing of the amount of the road that we have so far? Because I have already forgotten it.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
the riddles are
Too much is
fully...
happening, I can barely hear.
Yeah.
So, for throughout the world I was one, but pieces of me began to sing, as a sea of red everlasting, as they fight through ages end.
All right.
I'm gonna go fight the giant Magikarp and start killing it.
And I use my grimoire to summon a pretty normal-sized Beowulf, which I'll stand on the shoulders of, as I'm then going to heft Argyros' hide as it charges into battle, and I shout, "For bestest, buddy!"
You do notice that random giant rocks are falling, and flamethrowers are going out, as you see some Magikarp just being burnt to a crisp, and other ones being, unbeknownst to you, punched into the air and stuff.
This must be a really, really powerful fire-type Pokemon, because if it's managing to kill them, even though it's not a flamethrower isn't very effective, hoo boy.
Yeah. You
Connor.
you can probably figure out, because I think you have seen his Pokemon before.
Yeah.
I wasn't in Pokemon Jump, but you might have pulled
Yeah,
him up.
but yeah,
Now
but he
you
has
guys
pulled
saw
them
him
out. Also, you guys have-
in Ruby?
yeah, because
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
been in you. I know at least one of you, past Ron, has been that wasn't in the Pokemon Jump, has been in Buck's warehouse before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been in there.
Yeah.
By the way, for all you to know, there are Magikarp literally raining from the sky. It looks like they're being shot out of the ocean at a speed reminiscent of a machine gun as they are falling down. They are not
I'm
very
trying to
accurate,
run
so
all the
none of
way
them
there.
actually... Huh?
I'm gonna try and run over to where Buck is.
Okay. You're running quite quick, and you're able to get there real fast. As you do see what looks to be... Well,
There we go.
you weren't in Jumpchain. You weren't in JoJo, so you don't know what this looks like. But it looks like a man who has taken about 15 gym days every day for his life. He is
So,
Following
swole.
behind everybody, just slowly.
question
What's that?
for the GM. My animal shapeshifting ability, since we're in Pokemon and she's done a Pokemon jump before, could she technically, since we're in the Pokemon world, shapeshift into Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
so she's
Because keep in mind that shapeshifting into Pokemon is the special bonus for completing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
True. You'd be able to shapeshift
But-
into animals that are reminiscent of the Pokemon themselves.
But you only shapeshift into the Pokemon that you were in the Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah.
She wasn't in.
that's why I wanted clarification on if my animal shapeshifting ability would allow me to do that.
So you would be able to
That's why I
shapeshift in animals that are similar to the Pokemon, but not quite the Pokemon themselves.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna turn back into my giant fucking wolf and try and eat the giant Magikarp.
The Magikarp is really large, but it is also under the sea, so it would be quite difficult for you to get there.
Yeah, you do notice that the Buck, you know,
Mhm.
Ron, you're remembering this. You see the Buck look at you all, from the beach, and you see him sprint into the ocean or not sprint, but you see him like crouch as a reminiscent moment. Mr. Torque, you can see this man's entire back muscles and his cheeks that seem to be made out of adamantium as he just leaps into the water. And you can hear the screams very clearly. By the way, for some odd reason, you also smell brisket.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ron remembers, he's remembering this. He also remembers high amounts of brisket in this time, so he doesn't quite understand why, and now he's smelling it.
Yeah.
He's gonna sit down and make
Not
himself
right
a
alone,
electric grenade.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
So you start making an
I'm gonna
electric
jump
grenade.
into the ocean.
What's Akio?
I'm jumping into the ocean as the 200-foot tall.
I say to Akia, no, you don't want to do that.
I feel like she's already doing
you guys
it.
do
She's
notice
trying
on the beach as well a midday lichen rock, and a what's it called? Houndoom.
to-
Oh, yeah.
So you attempt to tell her that's not a good idea, and she just jumps in there anyways.
Well,
It's
you
gonna
get
hurt.
shocked. That's your fault.
Oh no, Ron looks at the midday lichen rock, and he walks over to it and just pets it, and he
Aw.
says, "You're a good boy."
Aww.
Aww.
Tail begins to wag at speed.
Sophia, what are you doing while there is now a Leviathan creature in the waters, a Godzilla in the waters, Mr. Torg is making a grenade, and Ron is petting a lichen rock.
I'm gonna
Hi.
also load up our girl's hide with gravity bunker buster rounds so that I can aim for whenever the Magikarp breaches surface.
Okay, what was that, Sophia?
Something so awesome and amazing. It's called petting the Houndoom.
Aww.
Dooms deserve pats too. They are a little warm. Jump.
You walk over.
So it's Sophia that's fighting the Houndoom, right?
Yeah, she's
Mhm.
petting the Houndoom, yep.
He looks over to her and he just says, without thinking, "His name is Bone Daddy."
That's
What
Bonubus, Daddy.
I mean,
Bone
Bonubus. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bonubus.
Bonubus.
Bone Daddy was something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is.
Daddy, what the fuck?
I
You
mean,
do
I don't know
see,
why
that
So-
sounds like a gym.
Ron, you think of you think of all of Buck's Pokemon, and just randomly on top of the Pokemon Center, you hear a howl, and there's just a Stoutland standing, looking menacing.
Did he have all the... He had all the peppers! He had the good peppers!
He
He had dogs. He had only dog Pokemon.
Oh, should I hug the Houndoom and then I'm gonna teleport over to where the other doggy is?
Yeah, you guys randomly across this island. There's
Actually, before you no, too late. Okay.
What?
Oh, he was gonna say to Sophia that instead of her teleporting over there to it, he's like, "Can you bring that Stoutland over here? He belongs with his pack."
I do have telepathy from this
Yeah.
jump, so I would have probably maybe.
Well, he wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
but
so.
She comes
She
back
comes
with the Stoutland.
She comes back with $2 in
All right.
her hand. It's petting time. This is important.
Yeah,
So Ron
so-
is just like 1, 2, 3. We're missing some.
Yep.
It's time to search. This is important.
You have to find all the doggos. That is the secret quest, finding all the doggos.
God.
Ron like comes up with Sophia. He's like, you mind helping me search around the island? There should be 3 more dog Pokemon.
Alright, let's look.
I love the wholesomeness of this section while this is going on.
Yeah, you guys are like,
Trying to deal with everything that he's dealing with right now. He's
Uh-huh.
just like, hey, cute Pokemon. I'm just gonna kind of therapy with them a bit as he's slowly remembering them all.
as there's a Manectric in the water, just zipping between spots as just lightning would come down from the sky.
Oh wait, there's one right there. Okay, remind me again. What was the main Manectrix one called?
I don't remember actually.
I'm
I
trying
don't-
to remember. I forgot.
It was
That's like-
not. It was
okay.
it was his only female. Well, one of his only females, I think.
Yeah. but we don't have them written anywhere, and I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I probably have them somewhere, but I'll get to them. But anyway,
I
so
remember the Lycanroc was called Max, I think.
yeah.
You had Max.
And he was
Oh,
the best.
Ron, Ron, roll me endurance.
All right.
Oh no. Oh
I'm
no.
gonna die.
Ron, from the dirt below you, you feel your butt cheeks in the teeth of a what's it called?
Wait, what? I couldn't hear none of that.
Puchiana. What's
Not a
his mighty
Puchiana,
Anna?
Mighty Anna.
Oh no! Yeah!
Found one.
Oh, you found it?
That one. Yeah. This one had a thing about that. I remember now. Nice to see you, buddy. He tries to reach back his hats.
Steak.
Yeah, remember his name was Snake.
I remember that. I remember poor Snake. That poor
Yeah. Hey, Snake. How you doing? Sophia, can you go and get the lightning dog from the ocean, please?
Oh, it's beautiful.
That was the one thing. So fun little bit as we continue here. Steak made a deal with Buck that as long as he was Buck's Pokemon, he was free to bite Ron's butt whenever. So anytime he was brought out of his Pokeball, he would try to bite Ron.
It was funny too, because the very first time that Ron met Steak, it attempted to bite him, and then Ron was like, "No." I was like, "Okay," and then Buck got him, and he's like, "Yeah, feel free." It's the stupid shit.
Buck treated Pokemon better than people, and that's not something that ever changed.
But yeah, so the ocean is being electrified at the moment as Mr. Torque, you finally finished your electric grenade, which is a chonker of a grenade. Let me tell you what. Mr. Torque.
I'm trying to remember that.
Oh, there you are. So you gonna yeet that grenade?
I mean, might as well.
Alright. So you yeet your big chonker of a
Next.
grenade down
That
there,
one.
and that also starts to explode. There is now the smell of burning fish on top of the smell of burning fish, on top of Akia feeling some extreme tingles, tootsies, and her legs, and her thighs, and her hips, and every other parts.
Because the ocean's so cold.
Yeah, it's quite a nice tingle. Everything else in the ocean is feeling death. Unfortunately, this has a side effect of last episode, or last map, which there's a lot of white in there. It's a real American ocean, red, white, and blue, baby. But
Yeah. Kane, do you have your guns roll?
Yes, my ranged attack.
Go for it. As Big Chonker Daddy comes out of the water, and you apparently shoot his-
damage, but whew.
That 20 hitting it though.
Nat
Yeah,
20
you do
now.
notice as you shoot that Buck's underneath it, punching it in the chin, covered in white and red, lots of red. As you shoot off its top fin.
Oh god.
And then a giant fox comes out of the water trying to bite it too.
Chop,
I
chop,
mean,
chop, chop.
Leviathan.
Fucking Leviathan
Leviathan
pops up, a fox pops up, a bullet hits his face, and fucking Buck is underneath it going, yeah!
I mean, roll me damages.
Oh, yeah. God, what would be your melee? Want me your melee, Akia, with like a +3 to attack damage?
With 3.
Jesus.
Ah!
And,
I'm eating you.
Corin, do me the same roll, melee with +3 to damage. Jesus Christ!
And now let's finish this thing off with Torque. Do you have the damage for your grenades?
Yep. Let me just
Yeah.
get it up. Throw a bomb. And
Alright,
then
where's
look
the
at electric
electric?
grenade. 18
1.
Nothing that what? Two natural critical fails and 2 natural critical successes on damage.
Jeez. So yeah,
also-
no, well,
For Leviathan's electric breath.
Oh yeah.
heavens.
Roll me your. Let's go with ranged with a +1 damage. God.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys obliterate this giant Magikarp as the rest of the Magikarp also start to be obliterated from this force, as you guys have killed King O'Carp.
Mr. King
Carp
Carp.
is electrified to
King
death,
is
so I'm just
close.
eating cooked carp from electricity.
Yeah, and cook carp with mayonnaise. Speaking of, Ron, as you're finally getting all the sweet poppers by, you feel a Magikarp landing in your arms as you're out holding it. It's covered in white. It looks like it's covered in mayonnaise. What do you do?
You eat it? You should eat it.
Is it moving?
Not really.
All right, just wondering.
Is it doing the
So
carp,
he's
carp,
just
carp?
Uh-huh.
look. God damn it! He's just looking at it.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna walk over to the ocean and just toss it in.
Shunk. Better than what you
As-
did last time.
I don't remember. I think he might have tried to.
He
eat
did
it,
eat it.
but-
Yeah, you last time it landed in your arms and you just straight up chomped it. Hence the
He just-
mayonnaise comment.
Get back to the sea.
Oh.
He remembers this. He remembers something about this, and whatever he did originally, it wasn't good. So he's gonna go against his instincts and do something that he wouldn't do, and that would just be just to toss it away.
Alright. Buck?
So that version of Buck comes out of the water, drenched in red and white, as he just looks at you all, looks at the people who stayed and collected his dogs, as he kind of cleans himself off a little bit, and you see him go pet Max's head, and kind of like pet each one of his doggos as the Manectric comes in with him.
No.
I believe he also had a furfru, but I can't remember.
I think so. I know that there was another one. There had to have been a sixth one.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what it was.
Because he had 6 dog Pokemon,
Yeah.
and he pets each one of their head, and he just disappears like the last one, as there's just a void. This void right here seems to be emanating a sound.
Oh.
Let's
What
listen.
sound is it? As Ron gets he's sad to see the puppers go, because even with Steak biting his ass all the time, those to him were good memories.
Yeah, you do notice that a door opens up for the doggos, and the dogs happily prance into Buck's warehouse.
Aww.
Those were his actual dogs. Ooh.
Yeah. It's poor puppers. As you guys walk over to the portal, you guys do hear a sound reminiscent of existence breaking.
Yeah. You also hear a familiar screaming noise, Ron, of a very poor Pokemon, as you are... Actually, roll me an endurance, and Kane, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have you affected if your roll is low due to what is actually screaming. Because I don't think your
The
character
moment
can
Ron
resist.
started hearing it, and now that he's remembering everything about this jump, he knows exactly what is waiting for him on the other end of that portal.
Yeah.
At the moment he gets there, he sees.
Yeah. So everyone roll me an endurance. Ron already has. Okay,
By the
well,
way,
he's
folks,
good.
all of these are put in Magikarp. None of these are map layer. These are just a literal ocean of carp.
Yeah. So
I don't
you
know, it
all,
sounds like
Mr.
it's
Turk?
lagging.
Mr. Talk, if you would like to roll.
Huh?
I roll
Endurance, my friend.
Roll an endurance.
Oh. Okay. And there we go.
Nice.
Nice.
So, Torque, Washi, you're once again fine. The others, you feel your existence being torn in two
Oof.
as the screams of an in-pain Jirachi echo through your entire souls. As
Oh.
once the scream dies down finally,
Mhm.
you hear distorted, the song is staying alive, but heavily distorted.
Stay alive.
As a buffed out buck sits on top of a Giratina's head with a staticky Dialga and a Palkia that seems to be more focused on the buck than you guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot because Palkia fell in love with Buck for some reason.
Yeah. You guys
I
also,
think
by the
it's about
way,
time we gave him some space.
you guys all
You guys do
are.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you guys are all, by the way, standing on nothing yet something.
So it's like being inside of Jump's void again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except there's a lot more
So-
Magikarp. What was that? Akia?
Ron's gonna look around as he's remembering.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, thought I heard. Was that Sophia?
No.
Oh,
you
okay,
didn't
I
say
thought I
anything.
heard a female voice. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Try Ron.
I know Ron was talking. That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Because I heard like Ron and I heard a female, and I was like, wait, where'd the female go? Anyways, Ron, what were you saying?
Well, yeah, Ron's just like trying to collect himself from this situation because he remembers this. He remembers this being the end of this jump, but then he's also like, wait, I don't remember a Jirachi. So he looks around for it.
Oh,
You don't see anything. You see, a glitching rock in front of Giratina that seems to constantly be phasing out.
He's gonna walk over to the rock. I guess
Alright.
the rock's like over here.
It's literally underneath Giratina. It's like right underneath his front legs.
So he's walking over to it and he's just gonna inspect it.
You recognize the rock as the rock you guys got as a thing that you had Buck hold on to, and he kept smashing those weird orb things into it, which caused problems half the time.
Okay, I don't remember that. I
Can I
do not remember that.
can I tell if the sound is coming from the rock?
You can try.
roll me sense.
Roll me a sense.
Because I remember a Manaphy egg, I think, or was it a Jirachi?
It was a
No,
Jirachi
it was a
egg.
Jirachi.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can vaguely tell that the rock is not a normal rock. Also, from the
Oh.
coloration, the shape, the size, the weird glowing bits inside of it.
Ron's gonna instantly grab for it. He's gonna try to grab the rock.
Ooh.
Now that he
Gentle.
knows,
Hey.
I just remembered what it is. What this rock actually is. He's gonna try to grab it. He's gonna
Roll
try
me
to get it.
Hmm?
Roll a what?
Akia's screaming at him
Roll
to be
it.
careful because it's an egg.
Endurance.
Dex.
Oh,
not
Dex.
endurance.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, you grab the egg before Giratina smashes down on you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He just grabs it and he kind of jumps back, and he's just kind of like cradling it in a sense, like one would a baby.
Mhm.
Is just looking down at it.
Oh, Mr. Torque knows all about babies.
Is it still screaming in pain?
When everyone roll me an endurance after Ron grabbed it and is now cold.
Oh wow, Washi, you're. Ooh. Washi and
Uh,
Ron. Jesus Christ, Ron.
Yeah, everyone else is fine. But
All of my love for endurance was paid last time.
Washi and Ron, you once again feel the scream go through your minds as your bodies almost feel like they're tearing themselves asunder dimensionally.
You felt this a lot, Corn.
Yeah, Kane, your character's honestly probably more used to this than Ron's character is at the moment.
Can I
Hey, I'm so used to it. I took an ability that makes me immune to pain.
seeing as Ron's in pain, can I try and take the egg from him and cradle it in my tails while using water to try and heal the egg?
Oh no! You try to grab the egg, Ron's gonna move away from you. He's gonna try to get away. He's gonna hold on to this egg.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
And you guys finally, yeah. So, as you guys are sitting there, The final buck, Giratina's head lowers, and the final buck steps off its head and stares you all down.
How you
And the
doing?
final part,
buddy?
I am alone, am the one who stands.
Gonna look at my own legs. Well, and here I thought that we stood together.
Okay, so the full thing,
Ouch.
at least from what I can assume it being now. Where's
Are you just full of jokes, W? Is that like your thing?
throughout the
It's my
world,
thing.
I've-
It's the only thing that holds off the casual existential despair that seeps into my every waking moments when I'm not cracking funny jokes.
Fair enough, I guess.
Unlike the world.
The world is currently creating holes around you. Is
Hey, any hole
You do notice that
that falls into is a good hole to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
you do notice that this buck holds his hand up and then points to you all. As the dialga that is glitching gives a distorted roar that seems to be phasing in and out constantly. The Giratina begins to charge a single blast, and you see the Palkia arm begins to glow as he's still pointing directly at you all.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Akia, become super large and cover all of us, as I then hit her with Guardian Angel.
Cool. I turn into my giant ass apocalypse form and just kind of like hide everybody under my belly, I guess. And like everybody is just covered in floopiness.
Yeah, Akia, real quick, since you do have Guardian Angel, roll me with advantage in endurance. This isn't for pain, this is just to see if she
Thank
doesn't get-
goodness for the advantage.
So, Aki, you withstand the Dimensional Roar, Palkia's Slash, and Giratina's Beam. As you can feel your back, or whatever part of your body is basically covering their direction, sizzling. It's fine, but it's sizzling. As the buck once again says, I am the alone, am the one who stands. As he repeats the entire thing throughout the world I was one, but pieces of me began to sing as a sea of red everlasting, as they fight through ages, and I am alone the one who stands, as this buck is doing a Pokemon battle with you all, as you are to him, the Pokemon in this instance.
You do
I
not
guess
have
let's
to
beat the
stand
shit out
alone.
of 3 legendaries.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a moment to shout out to all of my companions here and say, just bleed 1 drop of blood for me.
I'm
I swear to
I guess I pick up my paw and I bite my paw so it starts bleeding, which 1 drop of blood is a lot from this giant creature. But I just bit my paw so it's bleeding for you now.
Cool. Does everyone else do the same?
I'm hesitant, but
I mean, Ron's kind of having a scream going through his head as he's trying to hold on to this egg at this point.
Oh,
If
then
you-
I'll just knife
The
you
willing
a little
sacrifice. Not one.
What?
Knife you a
As
little
he
bit.
says, oh, so Ron, like, look, okay, so to explain everything, Ron's just kind of like, holding on to the egg in a sort of almost fetal position as he just kind of squatted down, and he's just constantly saying, at least, you don't know if it's to the egg or to what, but he's just saying, I'm sorry, all my fault, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I don't know how to make my.
I'm swapping Guardian Angel off of Akia onto Ron.
Okay.
You do that as you see Buck go through the void in front of Ron and is just looking at him.
But Ron's on the other side of me because I hit
Shadow
everyone?
Step's actual full-on ability is Buck can walk in and out of shadows at will.
Oh,
They
fuck.
nerfed it, but since this is the non-nerfed version of it, because in this version it was a very broken ability,
It was
Oh,
extremely
yeah.
broken.
Buck is just standing there, bigger than almost all of you, as he's looking dead at Ron and says, I alone am the one who stands.
Sophia, you said something in response to that earlier?
that we should beat the shit out of the legendaries?
I mean, I responded to it earlier, and I told him that he doesn't have to stand alone.
Ah, that's the statement. How strong a sci-fi is Sorrowful Blood?
Because keep in mind that through Washi, if they make a sacrifice in my name, they become influenced by the powers of a pagan god.
Probably like a 7, 8.
Cool. Then in that case, they have that benefit. Anyone who sacrificed blood to me, which sounds like Sophia, Akia, those two now have the blessings of the pagan god known as this guy.
Okay.
And who do you worship? This guy.
This guy.
But Akia,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, Akia, you do see Buck standing over Ron is a towering difference, like a 7-foot man compared to like a 4'10" child, something like that.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna stick my nose in between them and try to get some distance between them.
All right, roll me a
Try to
strength.
set them apart from each other.
Yeah, roll strength. Okay.
I do not have a thing for Buck, so you push this Buck back, but again, he doesn't give a lot of resistance as he once again uses the shadow that you are casting to step instead of in front of Ron, in front of Washi, and says the same thing.
Can I just
Or
gently
Wally, not Washi. Sorry.
Yeah, Wally.
Can I just gently, like with the tip of my teeth, gently pick him up by the back of his shirt and move him on to like a tail or something?
Ron or
Buck.
Above. Yeah.
Do you move him out of shadows?
Yeah, I put him on top of my tail where the light would be hitting him.
Roll me a dex to see if he moves quicker than you.
XP.
Yeah, dex v dex.
Nice, nice.
If it was to see who moves faster, wouldn't it be speed v speed?
In this
You have
case,
pretty
dex,
high roll.
because
Change
he's
it.
using...
No,
Because you have
It's
to
more about-
parry your grab.
It's more about the skill versus the skill. As you move him into the light, and he stands there, as his hand once again raises and comes down forward, signaling the next attack.
Oh,
I
no.
oh
portal.
boy, I'm gonna just brace myself.
Because I was thinking of doing it before, but
What was
I
that,
portal
Sophia?
something right under one of them and
Okay.
land it right on top of the other, so they crush
Each other.
Ah, that's gonna hurt.
God.
Alright.
That's gonna hurt if they weren't floating.
Yeah, they
I
can.
mean,
Yeah, they do fly. So you make a portal
yeah.
underneath, and they just kind of
Sit
that's
there.
dang.
yeah.
I'm going.
These are legendaries that canonically can float into place. Oh, so you're trying to mess with the version of time and space.
You attempt
I'm going
to,
my-
and they just kind of stand there. Huh?
When they launch their attacks, the Leviathan is going to tank as much of it as it can. It doesn't have the effects of Guardian Angel. It's probably going to get shredded, but it'll absorb a lot of the impact before it reaches us.
Smacks
Yeah,
it.
so Akia, another advantage. And Kane, your thing does do me an endurance on your end as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he takes a lot of the brunt. Some of the blast does get onto Akia, but Akia is fine. The thing is still kicking relatively well.
Was
As
that wrong?
Buck is just standing there.
Ron gets up as he's kind of like, using what he can of his shoulder to kind of wipe away some tears.
Mhm.
He goes to Sophia and he hands her the egg.
She takes
Watch the egg. Make sure it doesn't get hurt. It needs to hatch. So you said you like put a dome around them or something to protect them?
No, he.
No,
Like,
I
what
am
was
my
it called?
giant apocalypse form, which is that giant fox form, and I'm basically making a wall around you guys with my body to absorb the hits.
So Ron's just like kind of just gonna walk out from under you as he's gonna stand in front of all three of them.
I watch
Alright.
him very closely.
So Buck is sitting on your tail, and he's been sitting on the tail for a while. No, the Palkia, the Dialga and the Giratina are slightly glitching around the closer you get, but the Palkia isn't, and it's not moving. It's doing things purely on order, but it's just sitting there and kind of watching you guys. Its head is moving around, kind of looking around every once in a while. But the Garatine and the Palkia don't seem to have any reaction whatsoever.
So he's gonna go over to the walk over to the Palkia.
Mm-hmm.
He looks up at it.
And its head lowers to stare at you.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure. I don't think this is what needs to happen. But he's just gonna hold his arms out as he's just like, accepting of everything that's about to happen.
It doesn't do it. It just sits there and stares at you. It doesn't do anything. Akia, since he's on top of your tail, roll me a sense.
Okay.
Ooh.
You notice blood again. You notice that your tail is being slowly dripped below him. It's just a small pool of blood.
I'm gonna try and there's a lot of water around us, right?
Oh yeah, there's an ocean. It's
There's an ocean, but can you get close enough to actually use it? Because the Magikarp and the ocean are all both falling into this endless void that
yeah.
y'all are standing on top of.
I can water bend it over.
It's quite a distance. But you
It'll
can
take a
definitely
bit of time, but can I guess I'm gonna stand up a little bit, walk over to an ocean where there isn't as many Magikarp, so
Okay.
somewhere that doesn't have as many Magikarp, and start trying to heal Buck.
So you walk over, but do you keep him on your tail proper?
Yes.
I think it'd be Dex to see how well you balance him.
Yeah.
You put one
I
of
mean,
your
it's a
tails
giant
in
ass
blue.
tail. So...
And
fuck.
apparently, so as Buck falls, he kind of like dips, like it's kind of like falling into water for him, as he ends up in front of Robin this time, as he says the same thing.
Ooh. Okay.
As he's staring at you, you do notice the bleeding on his pants from his pelvic region, as he's just standing there staring at you. And after he says that, he doesn't do anything.
I'm still gonna go get a decent amount of water to bring back and start healing him.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Fair
step
enough.
forward and I'm going to invoke one of my alternate forms, Sin.
Okay.
Additionally, I'm going to be using an item from the supernatural jump in order to fully access the my supernatural alternate form.
Okay.
2 fingers raised up, and I'm going to press them gently on the forehead of Buck.
All right.
You are aware of what that does, Sin, but whether or not it works
Yeah.
entirely given circumstances, here we are. With the blessed divinity of an angel of God, I restore his body to absolute peak health, invoking the angelic essence I have within.
All right.
Did you just Hitachi his forehead?
Yes, but, my
With
angelic
God.
grace is an item I got from the supernatural. I have the
Yeah.
power of God and anime on my side.
So
What
you
the-
heal.
Huh?
You heal the broken pelvis as you guys feel something beneath your feet begin to shake.
What?
Oh crap!
As you all, the ones that are closest to Buck, so Mr. Torek, Sophia, or Robin to Buck, and Wally, you all get raised upon a stoned platform.
Oh.
As
Oh.
Akia,
no.
you begin to hear a undistorted version of the song "Staying Alive." As this Buck looks back as the Dialga and Giratina stop glitching. As Palkia sits there and looks at you, Ron, and then looks back up towards the Buck situation, as it is now staring once again. And the egg, you guys notice, disappears.
Ron's gonna, now that it's not paying attention, he notices the platform. He's gonna climb up onto the top of Palkia as best he can, or he'll try to.
Okay.
Yeah, so you Palkia doesn't resist you any. She just lets you kind of climb up top, and you see a familiar sight to you as Buck is staring not at anyone else but Dialga.
The Giratina, like it was in the previous world, kind of teleports in a sense. It kind of just disappears and then reappears behind everyone in just above the giant sea of Magikarps. As Dialga looks
As
pissed.
as you see Buck begin to dance. And for those behind the big guy,
Oh.
you see him
Glorious.
stop as he's dancing in a squatted position and a pelvic thrust at Dialga
What the fuck?
in
Okay.
a taunting manner as he
wasn't
begins
here
to dance downward.
But between my masterful abilities, I'm omnidextrous and a war beast. I'm going to perfectly replicate all of his motions dancing with him. For this man shall not dance alone.
Akia's gonna stand for her full height and basically stand next to the platform and then get in a pouncing position ready to attack this Dialga if it should do anything.
Fucking
And
Christ.
she's
As-
wiggling her butt a little bit as she's crouched down to dance along but can't really
My
dance.
goodness gracious.
Hey Ron, do you remember the end of Pokemon?
Yeah, I remember the end of Pokemon. I remember
You see-
Ron not really doing much because Buck stole the show.
You were knocked unconscious too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. But Ron, I am alone the one that stands. Palkia is just sitting there, and you hear a slight whimper from it as it sits there and does nothing, as it can't.
Aw. Poor bud.
What is the
Oh, and if I
Dialga doing?
remember correctly, didn't Ron have Pokelot or something that he could sort of talk to Pokemon?
I think you got that in the second world. Pokemon
You
Mystery
get that in the
Dungeon.
second world.
But
so
you
you
would,
can-
He
yeah.
has it all. He has everything he has.
Yeah,
that
so you
from
can
all
in
worlds.
fact talk to it.
Yeah, so he just looks down at Palkia and he's like, "Why are you standing here? Why don't you go join him? You know you want to."
You see, it tries. You see when it moves its foot, it snaps back to where it was.
Aww.
Can't move.
You know, you don't have to be near him to join him. You could dance from where
Not what I can do. As it motions its head forward somewhat, as it almost flings you off in the process, as it is, as it just sits there, and it seems like it can't even say anything proper to you in this situation past vague remarks.
Mhm.
As you hear the second thrust of Buck, as the Magikarp wave begins to rumble.
Mr. Torque, you've moved. What are you gonna be doing?
So wait, I kind of was in and out, but does the Palkia look hurt?
No, the
Uh,
Palkia is fine. It does look unhappy though, and a bit distressed.
Mhm.
However, as every time it tries to move a foot, it's basically slammed back into position, and it cannot move an inch.
Akia,
She her ears twitch in your direction.
I need
But
your
she
help.
stays facing the Dialga, ready to pounce while growling at it.
Don't worry about the Dialga. It can't do anything to the power that it's about to withstand. But I need you to get me over to Buck.
Since I'm looking at this distance, since I'm 200 feet tall, can I just extend one of my Ninetales out to where Dialga's face is? Or not Dialga, but Palkia's face, and then extend a different tail out to the platform and just kind of make a bridge with my tails?
Land
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're more than
Well-
capable of doing so.
Yep. And as she does, Ron just starts running down over to Buck.
Okay.
What do you do when you get there?
He gets there, and he summons an ability that he had long forgotten, that he just now remembered that he could do. He's gonna JoJo-fy. I don't know if you still have that old picture.
I don't think I do, but you know,
We can look for it real quick.
it's probably somewhere. Huh.
Yeah.
Y'all keep talking. I might find it eventually.
So, yeah, he buffs out. As you guys all just see him just get in equal position to Buck in a sense, and he's just looking at him. I left you one too many times to fight alone. I don't want to do it again. May I join this dance?
I found it.
The dance continue.
I like that sigh of defeat from Sin. I found it. Sigh of
Found
defeat. I
it.
have found it.
Yeah. So Ron, you see the Buck's position change as his side goes to you as he's waiting.
He gets into the position that
Guys
that
ready?
needs to be. You guys so see the true form. Yeah!
Oh.
Yeah!
You're having to enlarge that because I cannot see that.
Let me make that bigger for you folks.
Oh,
The first
dear.
attempt at JoJoify. As Ron, you mimic the way that Buck dances, I assume.
Yeah, he's mimicking every move as best he can as he's watching him.
Sophia, do you join in on the insanity?
Fuck no. I have, like, pride.
You have some dignity, unlike the rest
Yes.
of us, apparently.
And your pride went away to this man. Oh, so it's a bunch of jumpers.
Who fucking cares? We're all jumpers here.
I'll snap my fingers and, like,
Snap along.
Oh,
little
you're doing the
sway.
cool person
Dead
dance
man.
compared to
dead
this.
fucking face.
Yeah.
You're doing the cool
Oh.
person dance while these guys are running in the 80s as they're dancing their hearts out.
Fuck
As
no.
as Buck gets into one last thrust position, as Dialga roars out and begins to charge, as you all witness the Magikarp as well begin to charge into the scene proper.
God. Mr.
Ron
Torque.
is
Real
Ron
quick,
is-
Mr. Torque, you're getting to see them do some pelvic thrusting dance to staying alive. You're seeing her snap her fingers to it. You see Akia's giant weird tail thing dancing. See Palkia being sad. You see Dialga being 15 miles of pissed. You see 50 billion Magikarps surrounding you start to dive into the giant portal of hell that seems to disappear and reappear randomly. What do you choose to do? Are you gonna be joining your fellow weirdos and dancing? Or are you just gonna be confused as a son of a bitch?
Yeah, I'm going with the second option.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's very fair. You're just
Because honestly, I don't know anything about any of these references, and I'm just mainly just
Yeah.
here for the ride, honestly. So
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do.
yeah, no problem, no problem.
Smile, away, boys.
Smile.
So
Can
yeah, I'm
Oh.
just doing that.
Yep,
The
yep.
Dialga is charging,
Mhm.
and they're kind of just waiting. When it fires, can she attack it?
Oh, it's not
It does.
firing, it's charging headlong.
Oh, it was charging headlong.
Down.
Aqua's gonna try and meet it halfway.
Oh
Ron's
no.
gonna reach out and yell at her to stop.
I should go keep that going.
Not stopping his pelvic thrusting though.
Oh
He's gonna
no.
keep going.
So,
Mhm.
Akia, you see the Dialga go through you.
It hurts.
Yeah, it's like warping itself through you as it's running headlong into these three and a horde of Magikarp below them as their pelvises meet its head.
Oh.
Guys, roll me strength.
I swear to God, if all three of you get natural
I swear,
20s.
oh my god, please, game. Just this one.
Roll your strength.
Wow.
I'm not in this.
I'm not
Yep.
the strongest.
Mr. Buck. Oh, sorry, Mr. Wally. That's the name.
Mr. W.
W. Question mark? Hello?
I mean, it is 30 minutes past time, so he might have got called away.
Ah, yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna roll
what?
Oh, there he is. Hello. Could you roll strength real quick?
19.
Hey.
So
Pretty good.
26 and like 40 something. So you see as these three's pelvic meet this Dialga's head and fling it backwards as a horde of Magikarp just hoard around it and take it under with them, as the buck sits there, not injured this time from this crazy shenanigans and his inner madness being peaking at this moment of this jump, as he simply looks at Washi Ron, not alone, as he disappears into nothingness. As
Aww.
one last little bit,
Mhm.
you guys are taken back to the woods. There's no large normal buck here. Instead, you just hear the cries of a small child.
I'm gonna try and find the cries where the cries are coming from.
Ron's just also Ron's
Localization, my ability allows me to instantly detect those that I look for, as well as my ability to teleport. So, Guardian Angel's also going up on that child.
Yeah. So you
I
find
haven't
a
so.
small child. It's a very small buck. Like, this is younger than even the version that you guys saw, holding a picture of an elderly man and crying his eyes out in a small house, a hermit's house, but a small house.
Give you a reference.
I'm pretty sure Ron found him in that house, didn't he? Yeah.
No, you didn't. You met Buck a little later in his life, but Ron had a. See, here's the thing. Technically, Buck is from Pokemon, because this was his technical first jump. He had a grandfather that was a part of his backstory, and the reason he went out looking for legendaries because he died. He had been alone for years.
That's why I'm wondering, because I don't know if I found him just in the woods naturally.
You found him in the woods, yeah.
You found him in that first. You found him in that first town past in that town we were in. You met him there as he was climbing in from the roof of the Pokemon Center. Yeah. So you all just see him crying as he begins to stop crying, looks up at you all, and smiles as the entire world begins to fade to black underneath your feet.
Aww.
It was him. He was the child we were sent to find.
As you have completed.
Oh, am I able to grab the picture? Is the picture still there, or does it fade with him?
It fades with them. Everything around you guys fades away. You do see in the distance a giant door open and the Palkia walk in as the door closes behind it in this void. You guys got the good end of the Pokemon Buck world. Of the first half.
Yeah.
Can't wait till we go to Doom, guys. No.
No, God, I'm terrified.
End up back in the void as the portal spits you all out and closes.
What? Wally? I don't think we're missing Wally. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically he's not here anymore, but still.
Yeah. Boop. There you go. There's Wally. You see, wait, don't we move Ko and... Whoops. Whoops.
Bell has to stay the only one remaining. He is
so
the true
big.
power.
He is the true god.
You see, Jumpchain kind of twirling her umbrella on her arm. Oh, good job, good job. I legitimately, honestly, was not expecting you guys to actually complete that. That's actually pretty good for me. I was expecting you guys to fail, and you guys succeeded. That's why you're numbered... She looks at, like, her arm, like, imagining watch. Number something. Good job.
Sorry, Cat. Didn't mean to kick you.
That was a journey.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that again.
Don't worry, it probably won't happen to your poor unfortunate souls once more. Although that third map, golf clap. Who wants to go swimming again?
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
Yes.
big lady,
Jumpchain, my dear.
Jumpchain. Buck, he was always from the Pokemon world, yes?
Indeedy.
Was he always going to be a jumper, or was that something I pushed onto him?
He was a very special case. You see, you popped in there, you met him, and I was like, wow, he could have powers. So I decided to go with it and see what happened if I took a person from that world and made them completely batshit crazy. I wasn't actually planning on making them crazy. I was planning on making him kind of like that weird best friend kind of a fellow that you had. You totally made him 100%, German building wise, absolute crazy, batshit crazy. Yeah, you know? The fact that you let him break his own pelvis on God's face was definitely a fun moment.
Yes, but I remember I was passed out. There wasn't
Yeah, you got to see his thick ass cheeks. Man, I haven't said those words in eons.
But that's not the only time I wasn't there for him, was it?
No. Man, you treat him like trash. That's funny.
Some friend I was.
Yeah. Hey, you actually helped him this time. Again, unexpected, but pretty nice. But you also have new friends to journey with. She looks at Dollhouse. I don't know how friends work. You have any idea? Anything?
I mean, technically, friends are people. Think about me and CO, and that could be to some degree considered friends. Correct. Well, I guess you're kind of like, as Dollhouse kind of puts his head, technically your mom, but at the same time your mistress, because we're time shenanigans, and technically I don't really exist under human proportions. Regardless, think of friends as like people you talk to on a regular basis or laugh about or with, depending.
Oh. She looks around. Yeah, you definitely were not very good friends with Buck. There's like no laughing there.
A lot of screaming.
Is there any way I can make? Is there any feasible way in the infinite universe that I can make right this wrong?
She smiles as she puts her umbrella kind of down and kind of leans on it. It's very simple. To right this wrong, be a better you. Now then, she like thunks the umbrella. She starts spinning around and puts her arm. It is time for my friends and fellows and friendly fellows to go on another adventure. This time, though, it's going to be much better, much more interesting, much more invigorating, and much more, well, less loin-breaking. This world that you'll be going to is the mystical, magical land of Korra. She looks at Akia. Not your Korra. Probably. Who knows? Am I right? Yeah, I know, but you never went there with friends. Apparently that changes things somehow. I don't know.
Wait.
I've never done it before.
How else do you think I heal people with water? I did a jump to Korra.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea what would happen if I put a person who's already been in a world back into the world but in a different timeline with other people persuading her methods. I don't know what's going to happen. And that, my dear, is the greatest joy that I've ever received. There's not a lot of joy I receive, but that's a great joy.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, you guys get to go and throw yourselves into a new world, and I get to watch. Don't make it boring for me. And my good sir, Mr. Torgy Torg, I'm not going to make you go absolutely batshit crazy this time. Only mostly crazy. Your brain will be one piece. How's that sound? Good.
Great.
Good.
Don't worry, Tort. Sophia and I are here for you. We'll help you
Have
with this.
fun, boys! As per usual, you probably won't know much about each other until the day you meet each other, with some exceptions, of course, depending on how you guys move around and how you guys' brains explode. Oh, wait, hold on. How you guys' brains won't explode. Probably.
Roman's
Yeah.
kind of sitting there looking a little bit defeated.
Don't worry, my good sir. I have a special place for you to go to.
Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that.
And with that, she claps her hands. I will see you later. As you guys feel the very familiar and very excruciating feeling of your existences being ripped apart at the very molecular level to be put into another existence. For some of you is Korra, like Mr. Torque and couple. For others, which is pretty much everyone else, is definitely not Korra at first. But the next recorded world will be Korra, ladies and gentlemen. So feel free to join us in about May, and we will see all of you fine folks back there as we will take a short break from Jumpchain so we can get everything done, prepped, ready, and we'll see all of you fine folks when we come back. We'll let you guys know. But join us, click that follow button if you guys want to see our usual stuff late at night, or if you guys want to check out our schedule on Twitch to see our usual scheduled times, with the exception of Jumpchain now. And go into our description on our Tables of Tartarus YouTube channel to see all of our other links, and go to our Patreon to support us. Patreon, Purgatory Corner. It should be fairly easy to find. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye!
Staying alive, staying alive. Goodbye.